Hey, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Are you ready for an unboxing?
Unboxing.
Unbox my heart?
Oh my god, my pits hurt so bad.
Your pits?
Dude, from yesterday, because I was like this for like 4 hours straight. You know, flexed, hidelining as hard as I could. Oh god.
You were flexed?
Oh, yeah, you flex because you're on edge. You're
Kyle was
nervous.
fully torqued.
I was flexing the whole time. Oh my goodness.
Not to be confused with flexing on the mechanics, which we were not doing.
No, well, eventually.
No.
One or two of them thoroughly flexed upon.
The jaw. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing.
That'll be a hazard.
All day.
Allow me to. There we go.
There it is.
There we go.
You got more distance in that too.
I probably will get closer over here as we start to engage.
I get you a mechanic stool if you don't want to back and arms.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
What's a mechanic stool?
It's just a little round pad you sit on, and so there's no arms, there's no back. It's
Oh,
like for working in the garage.
yeah, sure.
You
No,
want?
I don't want that.
Oh, okay.
I see what you mean, though.
Okay.
No. I like the chair.
Hello,
speaking
everyone.
of chair, I brought some decoration for it.
Oh.
You know, I was gifted a mighty gift
Oh.
a while ago, but it's a little warm in Florida to wear right now, so we're just gonna throw that over the chair there.
Yeah, we're just gonna look at that. Look at that.
Make sure that's
It's a mighty gift bestowed
nice.
upon Kyle Ferguson.
yes.
I have a foot cam too, if you want it. It's not what I intended it for.
Oh, yeah?
But you're wearing some pretty sick kicks.
Oh yeah, let's engage.
So if you get it on the side over there. Oh, actually, it's not as much of a foot.
No.
cam.
Let's just.
We are. Here,
I-
we'll just let me loosen this up.
Oh yeah. What are you gonna do?
Loosen this up. We'll just bring it over.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Just bring it over. Look at that.
Look at
Look
that.
at that.
That was a gift from Kristen for my birthday.
How do you like them apples?
Look at that.
Yeah.
So you know you gotta wear those.
Yeah.
So it's got like some old items.
My favorite thing is that the tongue is a different color and there's an alignment sheet.
Dude, the alignment sheet on the tongue is actually like insane.
Kind of wonderful.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Kristen, if you're watching, what a dope gift.
Amazing. Top tier shoe designer.
Yep. All right. Okay. I had no idea why we would have that view at all.
No, we're not gonna need it today.
None whatsoever. Yeah. Look at us hanging out in the same spot. Yeah, look at these gamers.
Yeah, gamers.
Gamers.
Gamers
Why am
game.
I throwing a hang loose? I don't know why.
What?
I went gamers. And
Oh,
I'm like, why?
You know, why not? You know,
I so rarely do that.
you are less cringy than most presenters who have said gamers. The Rock being at the very bottom of the list, or the top, depending on how you're ranking it.
Are you getting first place for being the? Is it in ascending or descending order?
See, yeah, exactly. We need to figure this out.
Yeah.
For
How
our
are you
big,
sorting your
our
list?
big gamers cringe tier list?
Yeah. Yeah.
I also, if you would like,
Yes.
I can reveal
Yes.
I lied that I was stuck in traffic.
Oh.
I got a gift. I got you a gift.
Why?
Well, because it's important. There you go. Why don't you take a look at bottom there for yourself?
What am I looking at?
It's your paintable, primable tuna miniature.
It does look like my armor from Mists of the Realm. Oh my god. I have
Got you a nice two-hander there.
Oh my word. That is adorable. I can punch in.
Ooh, punch in. Yeah, look at that.
Oh man. Dude. That's very sweet.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Pop it on open. We're gonna need it. We got this is a very
Oh shit.
fourth
Okay.
edition kind of style tabletop. It's
Let's
gonna
see.
be very combat heavy. You got to have a miniature for
There we
yourself.
I'm trying a new thing today. I'm manually focusing this camera.
Oh, cool.
So that we don't run into autofocus issues like with the book.
Yeah, that's fair. There might be a face in the book too, and it might
Yeah.
get weird on it.
Oh, you went to the dark side.
Oh, of course.
Oh, dude, we should have went together. I'm so mad. I love going to the dark side with friends. Thank you for the gift, but I love going to the dark side
you're
with friends. This is our local comic store.
It's so
Here.
good.
It's called the Dark Side. It has changed locations 3 times. It used to be very close to the college I went to. It is now a lot closer to where I live. So it has followed me my entire adult life. I love it. If you ever find yourself in Sarasota, Florida, massive shout out to the Dark Side. Not sponsored. It's just my local store. I love them. Eventually, Kyle, you know, when you're you know, not taking care of a newborn. We're gonna go do an FNM there.
I think that sounds great.
Yeah.
What's FNM?
Friday Night Magic.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
All right, he's free from his cage.
Got a little stand there for him too.
And then we've got, I don't know, Dwarven.
Well, that's another. It's technically human paladin, so it's a pack with 2 options.
Oh shit! I
for
really
yourself.
like this guy is very much
But
my
Dark
vibe.
Knights are kind of paladins, and he's not pre-primed though, so you will need to give him a prime, if that's what you're interested in.
I am
Wait,
interested in
whoa,
that.
oh, it does say primed and ready to paint out of the box, so it is primed.
Katie has painted these without primer before, and it came out really well.
Oh, nice.
She still tends to prime if for no other reason. She likes to do a guide coat for shadows. So you might as well, because you can do it with
sure.
a darker primer. You can put a little gray, a little dark gray in your primer. But she did try one of them, just like, says it does. Let's see if it's accurate. And actually, these paint really well without primer.
Awesome.
Yeah, they go pretty well.
Well, I got myself one here too. If you want
I
to,
love the drapery. What'd you get yourself?
I got myself a little whiz biz action.
Oh shit!
So I got a drow mage here. I figured what I can do is I got this like.
No,
Oh yeah, that's not gonna work.
Autofocus is
That's
off.
That's not gonna work. Right. So you can see he's got like this ball of magic. So if I go in with my X-Acto knife, I cut off the ball of magic.
Let's just try it just to see. Because there's a little switch right here. All right, now it's on
Let's
autofocus.
see.
Try.
Let's see what,
Oh, dude, that works
that's
great.
That's great. Look at that.
Holy shit! Yeah, never mind. We're turning autofocus on.
So if I go in there with a little X-Acto knife, I can cut off his ball of magic, take some little scraps from all my little, what are they called, pins, studs? Sprue, and make an astro globe out of it.
That's genius.
Yeah, so I'm going to make this guy a little
That is
astrologian.
genius. Yeah. Oh man, that does. He needs some bangs, so I need to add some emo bangs. But yeah, we could turn this into a tuna.
Yeah, you could grab, I mean, painting miniatures is all the joys of whittling as well as painting. Whittling is a big part of the
Cleaning
adventure.
up the seams is one of my favorite parts of doing
It's
miniatures.
so chill.
I don't care much for the blocking of colors. My two favorite parts at the very beginning and the very end. I hate gluing minis. That's one of my least favorite parts.
Gluing's
I hate gluing. I find no joy in it. But I love cleaning up the seams. I love sitting there with the backside of an X-Acto blade. And I love the final step, which is like details, particularly on like a Warhammer, any type of Warhammer Marine. I love doing like the metallic edges, like the paint's been worn away. That's my absolute favorite part of the process.
I like the wash. I think my washing is my favorite. If I had to pick a,
that's really satisfying.
Building, and it's just real. It's nice to just like get in there, and then when you're doing the spackle thing or flicking blood on them, that's fun too. Like when you got the rush and you're like,
it's very interactive.
Yeah, very adventurous.
Can we just play with toys? Like
that's what. What do you think? Why do you think I'm here, dude? What is like?
He's got. Let me punch out.
There's no better, honestly.
He's got a Dawn Trail bag.
It's the perfect bag. It's such
Nobody look at my games, please.
It's
just
the perfect bag for everything we're gonna get up to. Oh, actually, we need a layer. We need a layer first.
A layer?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're getting. We need a little bit of.
Tuna's a little back heavy.
You're
gonna have to add a weight.
Yeah, I think that's why he comes with.
Oh wow! Hey, can we talk about the difference in tans? Look at your thigh versus my thigh. Good God!
Oh, I mean, I think yours is just more standardized. Yeah.
I spent a lot of time outside.
My gradient shadows aren't very good.
We'll just do that so no one can see the gams.
Oh, the gams! I thought you were saying your games. I was like,
gams. Don't look at my gams.
It doesn't matter if anyone's gonna see.
Hairy legs is the content I'm here for. I'm happy to help you, Isekai.
There we go.
Oh,
you can see some old weathered adventures on here. Yeah,
probably
some old weathered adventures on there.
Oh yeah, here. Lift up.
Okay.
Pull.
There we go.
Let's get a flush on the end.
There we go. We're all set.
Yeah. Oh man. Would you look at that? Oh, it smells like a game store.
Oh, dude, doesn't it?
Oh,
it's just the best.
Oh man.
No,
dude.
Just in case it comes up.
Kyle didn't tell me I knew he was gonna bring some shit because I know my friend, but I didn't know like he was doing all this. And I was thinking because under here I'm like, white's it's a bit much. It is a good background to kind of show things off, but this is so much better. So all right, let's get the beholder. Yeah. Beholder goes out of the way. Let's move the dry erase. This is a handsome box.
It is.
I'm actually kind of mad I don't have one for myself. Although at the moment I have absolutely nowhere to keep it. I am I'm at critical mass, man. I got nowhere to put anything right now.
I also, when I opened this bag, I was like, oh, damn, I have a Dawn Trail notebook. How about that? Like, I could just use my Dawn Trail notebook for this adventure.
Oh, yeah, I've got mine over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So we've got full theme.
Sick.
Full theme rocking today. All right, let's pop off some plastic.
Tier brought the Mountain Dew.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got drinks covered.
Yeah.
We're going to order pizza. We always ordered teriyaki. That was my favorite.
Oh, okay. We would usually do tacos for our RPG nights.
Tacos are solid. Yeah.
We would usually do tacos. By the way, Saturday, are you good with pizza?
Yeah, pizza's great. Kids
Cool.
love pizza.
All right, let's do
We
it.
love pizza.
We'll do it. I was thinking just like a standard delivery. We'll just like Domino's or something.
Do they have a gluten-free option?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
At least last I checked, they did, because I had to get it for my aunt one time.
Oh, it opens up. Oh, it opens upwards. Perfect.
It opens upwards?
Well, you know, it's a starter edition, and so many starter editions open like a cheap box.
Sideways, yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is a nice clamshell.
Yeah.
This is good box design. As someone who's done box design, I like this. I know that a lot of people are learning about my other lives this week by realizing that I can actually play the guitars that are hanging behind me. I had another life as a tabletop graphic designer. I worked for a company called the Alderac Entertainment Group, also known as AEG, known for games like Smash Up, Dice City.
Dice City. Yeah, I remember that one.
That was probably my favorite box design I ever did.
Yeah. You did some card backs too. Was that all for them?
I did a ton of card backs for like every project I ever worked on with them. I did card backs. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, if you have, oh my God, what was it? What was the card game? Oh my God, my brain. I'm going to go to my own website, createwithgarrett.com. This is something I never mentioned, but I do. This is in dire need of updating. But I have a website, Lost Legacy. That's right.
You just worked on so many things. You're so
Yeah.
talented that it's understandable.
Yeah, if you ever played Lost
gets away from
Legacy,
you.
if you get the box sets for Lost Legacy, I am in the credits in the rule book. But yeah, actually, oh yeah, look at this. I got a bunch of this. No one can see this. I didn't set this up. But oh my word. This is some old work now. I don't even really want to show this, but I brought it up. So, let's see here. Let's also just, we'll just go back to YouTube in case we end up needing a YouTube thing for anything. And then Kyle. Where do I have? We'll just go. Oh, geez. Yeah, I didn't think this through. I didn't think it through, Kyle.
Well, while you're doing that, I was looking up Hobby Japan, who is the maker, in addition to Square Enix, of this. They do a lot of very high quality.
Oh, here we go. Continue
Figurines? What are they called when they're not toys, but they're on shelves and you collect them?
Well,
Collectibles?
it depends. There's
I guess.
figures, there's action figures.
What if they're hot?
There's minis. If they're hot, that would probably be a statue.
Okay, so they make a lot of statues.
Statues are typically hot.
Okay, and they make a lot of like bread, like as in like bread having a party. They do some Star Wars figures.
Oh yeah. Anyway, that's
definitely their bread and butter is definitely statues.
This is my horribly out of date portfolio website. But here is the card back and the logo that I did for Lost Legacy. Here's the front of the card. Like, I think of it as UI, but it's a frame. They wanted a live edge. They didn't want a border. And they wanted these extremely detailed landscapes at the bottom, which I think that it had, in my opinion, a little too much detail for how small it was going. But yeah, I did not do the card art. These were other artists that did the actual art on the card. I did the framing for the card. So this is like one of the things that I did. Oh, here's Dice City. This was so fun. I love doing like clean, stylized designs.
Nice.
And so this was a board game that you had wood, stone, and steel as your three resources. And so I pitched them, we should make the card back look like it's made of the three resources. And so and then we took that and we did the whole box that way. So I did not do this illustration. That was an illustrator who did this illustration, but I designed the box. So it has this steel frame. The sides look like it's made out of wood and steel.
Oh, nice.
And the back has like a stone bottom to kind of bring in that third resource. So yeah, I really had, this one was just like plain fun. And also the art director approved it immediately. So there was no,
no
back and forth.
Good. That felt good, I
bet. Yeah. Yeah, so that's, you can go here. It's createwithgarrett.com. It's got some old designs. I haven't done a lot of this stuff in a while. You can see the old StarCast logo, the Angry Chicken. You know, I obviously design all the shit for our channels. And then you can see some of my video work for clients and not necessarily the channel. So, yeah, you can go check that out. Anyway, that's another one of my many lives that I've lived.
We have lived many lives at this point.
Yeah, and there's a contact form there, you know, if you need a videographer, an editor, or anything like that. I also do event hosting. And same goes for Kyle. Book us both at createwithgarrett.com. Glad you're loving the shirt, Das. What are you wearing, Kyle?
Nanami.
I don't know who that is.
You wouldn't yet, but I hope you do someday.
What anime is it from?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, so I had lunch with our mutual friend Brian over the weekend.
Yeah?
Dinner.
Did he bring it
Early
up?
dinner.
Did he say Jujutsu Kaisen?
He went, so I finished Jujutsu Kaisen. And Katie and I both just sat there like this. Did we recommend that? We've only watched one episode. He goes, you told me to watch it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was Kyle at Media Tour.
Oh, yeah, that does sound like me.
Yeah.
That does sound like me.
So Brian is our mutual friend. It's the reason I know Kyle. Brian was a friend that I've known since preschool, and he and Kyle ended up being college roommates, which is how I met you. Brian lives in Los Angeles now, and he ended up living 5 minutes from where Media Tour went down. So he got, not that I would ever admit I was going to Media Tour before embargo, but he got wind that we were in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we told him we were,
And he showed up. So
it was awesome.
Yeah.
It's a huge, the production budget for this is insane, Andrew. It takes so much work to pre-record both of us separately in the same seat, played by one person. It's exhausting, really.
Oh my God, yeah.
But I think the product's worth it at the end of the day.
It's wild. It's absolutely wild.
All right, so let's see. We're gonna have.
I have not worked on Smash Up, KLG. I was supposed to, and then I don't know. Something happened. There was usually some sort of monkey wrench with the loved AG, appreciated it, but there was always some sort of monkey wrench on every product or project. I think only one project I worked with them on had the same art director for the whole project.
What is this guy doing?
This guy?
He's holding two shields?
Is he? Don't have any clue.
Is that some sort of monk thing?
What the F is he doing?
He's got
a rectangle.
He's like wielding
hand,
two Andes mints.
It's hard to see, but he's got another rectangle in this hand. What the hell is that? Monk weapons?
Oh, okay.
Those look like you're gonna make a smash.
Yeah, those are just small doors. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So is this what we got up here? Wait, okay, that's a leg for
her.
Oh, she's got
that's
the
a
fairy.
Scholar.
Oh, cool. Look at her blasting through the air.
You're a sexy paladin? I don't know.
Maybe it continues under the edge.
Maybe there's a shield over here?
Yeah. Well, here's our paladin right here. We got
or is
a shield.
That a staff? That might be a staff.
That could be a lancer.
Yeah, that's a paladin. That's a paladin. Man, this is pretty art. All right, cool. All right, let's flap it. All right, there we go. So you want to do the honors? It's your copy.
Yeah, and yeah.
Open it.
All right, let's get in.
Open it.
It's like sealed. Official dice.
Pretty dice.
Ooh, there's stuff under there. Ooh.
Any custom symbols? I love a custom symbol. Yes, the 20, or is that the 1?
That'd be your 20. Yeah.
The 20 is the meteor symbol. Hell yeah, I have limited tabletop RPG experience, but I have significantly more experience with the Star Wars Edge of the Empire system than I do D&D. So if you've ever played that, it's nothing but custom die, and I love them.
So it's so damn smart of them.
Yeah, it works. I really like the system.
And it was the age of PDFs too, and the fact that they came out with custom dice. Yeah. Freaking smart design. Check out the box top. They actually embedded in here cheat sheets.
Oh,
so they got all your little quick reference rules in there.
That's wonderful.
That's a nice touch.
You can actually read it if I get it close enough to the camera.
Because you can actually set that up as your DM screen if you wanted.
You know, if we were smart, we would have set up an affiliate link for buying this. Although I think it's sold out.
Yeah, it's second printing, but only available in the official store. So
it's not something we
No, there's no Amazon thing. Though if they wanted to do that, and if someone at Square saw this and was like, damn, I bet they'd be great for the upcoming full release, because this is, of course, the starter set. The player's book, the GM guide, all that is going to be expanded into full books.
Yeah.
So these are sort of your get going.
I'm going to turn this.
But I've bought a number of D&D starter sets, and I just don't like the box. This is a lot of what comes down. It's just so flimsy. So I'm already like, I'm touching.
Yeah,
things.
no, this is yeah. I too, I'm a nerd about boxes. This is a good one. Enfeeblements, checks. Okay, I mean that makes sense. Check system makes sense. All right, what are your DMIC? When you look
I
at
mean,
this?
everything I've seen. So I watched probably 2 hours of the Japanese language play they did, so I couldn't understand most of it.
I saw a hot second of it. I was like, this is cute.
There were a lot of silly hats involved.
Don't know what's happening.
There were stack markers, which I was really excited to see. To me, it struck me as a very combat-heavy 4th edition sort of style. But I believe there's no XP in this game. There's some sort of other system at work for leveling. Surprise, positioning, turn order. Like, there's a lot of your usual things in here, but obviously this is going to be pretty combat-heavy in the Starter Edition because that's your core gameplay.
Huh. Okay.
So allow us to dive into that first book there.
Now let's see if we can get this out. I recently cut my fingernails, so I'm struggling.
I have not recently cut my fingernails,
Get in there,
so
son.
allow me. Also, I'm not a precious man when it comes to books.
There's more.
Yeah. I'm not a precious man when it comes to books, cards.
I am profoundly precious about all the things you're listing off.
We have comics. There's like little comics in here.
What?
Oh, it's like a little disc. Oh my god, this is getting me right in the isekai. Like, oh, look at there's little adventures. There's little adventures. Oh, it's the example of play. They got little characters. So this is a very popular thing. You have an example of play where you have, people communicating with the DM as an example.
So we've got...
and they've made it into a little comic there at the bottom.
Okay. Oh, yeah, and they're like, we have different Final Fantasy 14 races. I noticed an Aura that appears to be a Lalafell named Blaze. Is that an Aura or is that another Lalafell?
I'm a little confused too. The ears appear giant. It could just be also a Lalafell with cat ears. No, here we go. Mikote. Oh, there's a little Blaze breakdown right there.
Oh, okay. So that's
so they just have huge ears.
Okay, that looked like an Aura for a second, but I think that's a Lalafell because of the low set ears. That looks like an Aura. Where's the breakdown for the Dragoon?
He might be on a previous page. We might be mid adventure right now. Either way, I do want to read this summary real quick because I think that's going to give us the best basis for what we're looking at here.
Okay.
At the beginning of the encounter, the adventurers choose their positions and decide on the order of which they'll take their turns. On their turn, a character can perform one primary action, one secondary action, and one standard action movement, all in the order of their choosing. Movement can be broken up into multiple small moves. That's a nice touch. Players attack by selecting an ability and choosing a target. An ability base effect is always resolved. When an ability requires an ability check, the player rolls a d20 and adds the appropriate value. If the total exceeds the target's defense or magic defense, the ability score is a direct hit. That's an important note. So you always hit in this game is my understanding, which is fun.
Yes.
But if you roll high enough, you can get a direct hit or a critical hit, thereby having more damage.
Okay.
So you're always guaranteed to hit, is my current understanding. Each round is composed of adventure step and enemy step, which I guess would be your turns and the enemy's turns.
Those just sounds like turns, yeah.
The adventurers take their turns first, followed by the enemies. Once all enemies have acted, the round ends and a new round begins. So that's our basic rundown. Let's see. Oh, okay, we got turn order here. We have a Lalafell White Mage in our party. Warner, the warrior here.
That's a full-on comic.
Oh my
at
goodness.
The bottom.
We're reading this. There's the Game Master, Storyteller, and Arbiter. And I guess on a future page, we were going to get introduced to the Dragoon character, because this... Here we go. Light goes on.
Where's the Dragoon?
I don't know. Did they not get a sweet moment?
Probably died.
Yeah.
Dragoon's probably just dead.
No, here we go. Draken. The Dragoon Elizan.
That is my first RPG character name I've ever heard.
Blaze.
I'm Draken.
Blaze is pretty bad.
Blaze is also...
Yeah.
There's at least a Mountain Dew energy to Blaze I respect more than I'm Draken, the cool dragon hunting.
I'm looking for my parents,
Answer.
but also my sister, who died in the fire because it was burned down by bandits. But it turned out not to be bandits. It was totally the main bad guy who burned it down, or maybe his second lieutenant.
And my hot wife.
Yeah, and my hot wife. She's missing too. DM, I need you to play my hot wife when I find her and meet up with her, and I can kiss her. And you're like, okay, someday I'll play your hot wife. Okay,
I'm
someday.
very uncomfortable about this entire situation.
I mean, basically, you just kind of hand wave and you go, and your hot wife. You did it. You found, and you spend a night of passion with your hot wife, roll endurance, and you move on. And that's the night. And then you're done, and everyone had a lovely time. That's our
roll
player's
endurance,
handbook.
and you're done. Delightful. Oh, you have your fingernails reached the limit of their abilities?
I'm limit breaking. Oh,
You can get in there with a guitar pick and
that's
just kind of dig
hefty.
things out.
That's hefty. All right. Game Master's book. Bold red is text abilities. We got a warning. Warning. Page 18 through 16 contains original set and scenarios exclusive to the starter set. If you intend to participate in the Final Fantasy RPG as an adventurer and not a GM, do not read those pages. They contain massive spoilers for the story ahead. Very cute.
Oh. They have spoiler alerts in their own RPG rulebook.
It's usually not written that way. It's usually players, there's like an instructional little booklet that comes and says, this book is for GMs only, GMIs only. But in this case, they call it spoilers because they're adorable and they know what's up.
That's cute. Ooh, I like that spell illustration. Go 2 more pages that way. That guy.
Ooh.
It's a nice spell illustration.
But you gotta fill the margins with bullshit.
Up the brightness of hair.
One of the
There we
best
go.
things about 3rd edition books is there was always like some little demon like right about here just like eating a snack. And just over there like growling, and there's like a rat, climbing out of a skull.
I don't know how much of this art is original, but it's quite nice. I'm assuming
Well, here we have some, something.
That's just the game
I think we know who that is. Yeah, we're aware.
We're just gonna G-pose.
The crystal. Don't look. It's the crystal caper. These are the illegal pages.
Oh, illegal pages.
These are the pages only for
avert
me.
your eyes, perverts. Oh God. Everything is very difficult to get
Oh
at the spots.
my. Oh, do you all want to see, or
Well,
do
they're
you
seeing it because they can see it's focusing on you.
Oh, okay, well then I'm gonna show them. Look at that.
Oh shit!
Flying along.
I can't believe that Dawn Trail's the first time science fiction
It's
will
pretty
be in
weird.
Final Fantasy
yeah,
XIV.
they really stack markers. Ooh.
We're gonna finally learn the name for boss abilities by playing the RPG.
Maybe, but there's some debate. Like, have you ever looked up what meteor is? Because that gets weird. Because meteors, like behemoth meteors, sometimes I think the pillars are called meteors, and like 7 other things are called I know Earthbreaker, though. That's the one that looks like a Magic the Gathering set symbol.
I have consistently heard pillars referred to as pillars.
All things are called meteor by somebody.
Goodness gracious me.
Warriors. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I gotta go a little sideways.
Just get it
Give
out
it
of
a
it.
jiggle.
Oh yeah. I'll just get.
Oh, this is a fat step.
There's a
Ooh.
freaking the Eorzean map is
it's embedded in the
printed
back.
on the back of the box. I love when the box is useful. Because like this sits up. This is gonna be terrible for photo. Well, here.
Well, yeah, this
Here we
is your
go.
GM screen. You make
You can-
2 boxes.
You can set it up
exactly
like this, and then there's useful information. Well, at least entertaining information. Although a map is useful.
A map is
Map
useful.
is very useful in an RPG.
particularly if you're doing a
Yeah.
sandbox campaign for people with lots of time, which I wish I had. I love sandbox campaigns so much. I just don't get to do them right now.
Gotcha.
They're so good. It's so nice just giving people a world to run around in. Look at that. That's cute.
Yeah.
All right, let's dish these goodies out.
It
one
is
time.
an old map, but I mean, this is the starter edition, right?
This
So
is the starter edition,
It's
right?
not going to blow it up too much.
Can't go like.
We're not going straight to Turl.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, no, you have to sell the Garlemald expansion set.
Did you paint this yourself?
No, God,
Oh.
no. That came. I'm not that good.
I was about to be like, damn, dude, you've gotten pretty good at painting, but never mind.
Nope, that came in the box. There was the time when I worked at Borders and they carried a number of miniatures, so all the miniatures in my bag are from when I worked at Borders and would buy them on sale. I ran the wall of suggestion. You know when you're in like the bookstore and there's like suggested by employees. I worked security, but I ran the entire. So they're like, I have a question about D&D supplies, and they're like, hold on, let me get security over here. And then security would show up and talk to you about what you were buying.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
My main experience is in Edge of the Empire, D&D 3rd edition, 4th edition, 5th edition, and Call of Cthulhu, D20 edition. One other Call of Cthulhu, I don't remember. I think it was a D100 edition. And old Star Wars, which is all D6s, which was really fun.
I love, like, out of context, just, hey, do you know anything about D&D? Security?
Security.
Just like, wait, what would I say? No. Sorry. He's a nerd.
Yeah, it's massive. You want to talk to him about StarCraft? He's your guy.
Yeah. Drifting Nitro is super excited to see you open this. Been poking around the TTRPG channel on the Discord, planning a one-shot with the system in September. Hope you guys get time to play. I would really like to. There's also some people, that's been around I would love to try playing it with.
Oh, yeah. We have some skilled RP friends. Would be a delight to join.
Baggins Wolf said that the character names in the comic match up with their jobs. Warner is a warrior. Blaze is a black mage, etc.
All right, what was the white mage named? Or was it
Whitey.
What was it? Blaze. Oh. You're not far off.
Oh my God! It was so close. I was making a joke, and it's Whitley.
Yeah.
That's great.
In case you're confused about the priorities of the party here, make sure you take note as into tanks protect the party, DPS damages the party's foes, and mends the wounds of the party.
Kudos to them for not going original Power Rangers.
Original Power Rangers?
Original Power Rangers, it was like really on the nose with the races they cast in the colors.
Oh!
And it makes me kind of uncomfortable to think about. It's that realization you have later in life where you go, wait a minute.
Dude, have you watched Super Sentai? It is a trip.
Is it?
Dude, it is so weird because you can pick out what scenes they cut in. You know how they always like randomly ended up in somewhere that kind of looked like outskirts LA? No, that was Japan.
That was Japan.
They would go. Those were cuts of the original show in Japan, and who's the Bebop and Rocksteady? The bullies. Like that was all original. Had nothing to do with it.
Oh,
the story of the Green Ranger is like,
what was the name of the Power Rangers?
Really kind of like tragic and cool. And not that Green Ranger's not cool, but like there was some weight in that original series.
Yeah, no, I've never watched the original Super Sentai.
Bulk and Skull.
Yeah. That was it. Yep. The grapple pit is iconic. Damn right, Artemis Wolf. I believe they rented the same spot for Obi-Wan to fight Vader in the first time they fought in the Obi-Wan series because it looked like they were just in a quarry, and they didn't even try and make it look Star Wars.
I love the conveyor belt. That was my favorite part when the little gremlin dude on the moon would have his oven, his easy bake oven. He would make bad guys in.
Same. I wanted a toy of that so bad.
Yeah.
And I don't think they ever made anything like that. But yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I was obsessed with Lord Zed. I used to draw Lord Zed constantly, and again, I will remind you, I was in Catholic school, so drawing a skinless meat man was very frowned upon.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and he'd pull a sword out of his knee. That always disturbed me. Kept his sword.
God, I forgot about that.
It was like his leg bone.
I forgot about that. That was a good point. Yeah. But where is there? Yeah, never mind. I know the answer to this. I was going to ask you, where can you legally watch it? And then I realized you probably.
No, you can on. Tibu? Is that what it's called? It's one of those free services, where it's like free movies, but they own it. There's like apps and shit for it. Let me look it up.
Tubi. That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I watched it on there along with a bunch of, TUBI is where I watched it.
Yeah.
Warrior. Is our first one. So we got, in the starter set here, we got Warrior, exactly the characters in the comic. White Mage. Dragoon. and Black Mage.
Delightful.
On the backs here, Adventurer turn. So this looks like it's pretty. Yep, this is the rule summary for players on the back. Ooh, so these are just tips and tricks. These are like, hey, Black Mage, yeah.
Just let
Fire,
me
Blizzard.
take one, just so I can review. On a nice stock, not super hard. So you need to be gentle, but not too gentle. Tips and tricks. So this is for Dragoon. Keep in mind that on your turn, you are free to choose the order in which you perform your actions. If you want to use a secondary ability to increase your damage output or grant yourself an enhancement, be sure to do so before using primary ability to attack. The effects of both Lance Charge and Drain last until the end of your turn. Make the most of this by using True Thrust as your primary action. Your combo trait will allow you to follow with Dragon Combo or Disembowel. This is sounding very, very MMO-ified. Like there being like a rotation or an order.
Likely one of those is the secondary action, and the other's the primary action.
Oh, okay. If you put it in those terms. Okay, that doesn't seem as...
Or minor action, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So let's, just taking a look here at what we got going on. I mentioned there was no XP, but it does seem like there's some leveling up for our Dragoon. So here you have a level 30 character sheet.
Oh, this is a different finish, so you can write on it.
A level 40 character sheet and a level 50 character sheet. And look at all the ability, all those ability pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Getting in there. So secondary abilities, primary abilities. So what'd you say was the strategy?
They said the effects of both Lance Charge and Drain. Is that a low-level ability? Do you have both of those?
Lance Charge.
Do you have Drain? Next level? Where's Drain?
Where's Drain? Drain?
Is there something we don't know? Do you have like a passive that
I don't
isn't
know.
part of your ability? Maybe it's not an ability and therefore it wouldn't be on the sheet.
There is Feign. Oh no. Oh, Drain. Here we go.
Oh,
Looks like
so
it's
traits and other effects.
While under the effects of Drain, your abilities restore 2 HP for each enemy they damage.
Okay. That makes sense. And then what's the effects of Lance Charge?
Lance Charge, base effect, your abilities deal an additional 2 damage at the end of this turn. Limitation twice per phase.
We don't know what a phase is yet.
No, not yet.
Because we're going out of order and taking ourselves where our interests lead us.
Yeah.
Make the most of this by using True Thrust as your primary action.
True Thrust.
And what does it do?
Single target, 1 square. Target's defense, 1d20 plus 5. Deals 3 damage to the target. Combo, Dragon Combo, or Disembowel. Oh, look, so you do have combo. So on your next turn would be my guess. You can go into a 3 damage. So this would deal 3 damage now.
Oh, that's cute.
And your direct hit does more.
That's cute.
So here's the direct hit effect.
It sounded like you said Tit effect.
Tit effect, yeah.
Yeah.
Target defense. So why you got 3? So
Fox sounds as Skipper's SMH.
damage. Interesting.
Yeah.
Anything more? That's like your primary
So
combo.
make the most of this by using True Thrust as your primary action, and your combo trait will allow you to follow up with Dragoon Combo or Disembowel.
Cool.
So that's you just got there naturally. Life Surge grants you an advantage die on your next ability check.
Life Surge grants Drain until the end of turn.
And so that's
1 advantage
and
die.
that's a secondary ability. You only get 1 chance to make a count by using this ability, or an ability, that can deal a lot of damage, such as Jump.
Jump deals 2d6 plus 3 damage. Deal an additional 2d6 damage.
Okay.
Once per phase.
Shakal says, now I want Westcalber to make a class guide for this game. Literally double weaving. You're not wrong, Dark Templar. Reigns, thanks for super. I would love to play Rita's Rewind.
Yeah, that looks fun.
We should do a Shredder's Revenge play. We could do that in a day.
Yeah, we can absolutely just
knock that out in the stream.
Bust that out.
Yeah. Vote for that for the next Patron's Choice stream.
We'll put it on there. We'll make sure it gets on there.
Yeah. I would like to beat that. I played a bit of it when it came out. That's cool.
So as
a bit of a cheat sheet, like, hey, here, just if you just want to get into play, get a vague idea for how things are going, here's your tips and tricks.
So let's take a look at Black Mage, because you're pretty familiar with that. I'd say of all the...
Well, oh yeah.
Low level Black.
I'm a master Black
What
Mage.
level are you right now, you know?
63, actually.
Oh,
so yeah, I could tell you how accurate this is to pre-Dawn Trail low-level Black Mage experience.
So tell me about it.
All right, so I'm going to take what I'm taking is a strategy guide right now. We're going to look at tips and tricks and kind of let that guide us with our interests. So tips and tricks. After using Fire, Blizzard, or Thunder, your consecutive invocation, I'm already confused, don't know what that is.
Oh, there's enables.
Here, let me just, if you don't mind. So consecutive.
There we go.
I'm in charge now.
There we go. Take control.
All right, so consecutive invocation. On your turn, after resolving the effects of an ability that enables this trait, you may forego all standard movement until the end of your turn to use an additional invoked primary ability. All right, this is deep. You may choose a new target when using the additional ability. Consecutive invocation can only be used once per turn and does not prevent you from using focus to perform an additional secondary action.
That's awesome.
So after using Fire, Blizzard, or Thunder, those are your base abilities as a Black Mage. Your consecutive invocation trait allows you to forego all standard movement on your turn to use an additional invoked primary ability. This trait can be used in tandem with focus, allowing you to perform an additional secondary action as well. I interpret that as they were trying to find a way to have procs be a thing. Because I don't know what all of these abilities are called off the top of my head, but I don't think it's a level 30 thing. I think it comes online a little later. But when you're spamming fire, it procs one of your better fire abilities that normally takes forever to cast, but you just get an instant cast of it.
I mean, the big giggle is, of course, that if you forego your movement,
Firestarter.
You can cast twice.
Thank you, Thatcher. But that Firestarter is not level 30, is it? Because I am horribly bored on Black Mage
these are all
low-level dungeons.
These are all like traits. I mean, let's take a look and see what's actually kind of changing here in terms of level to level. Oh, wow. Yeah, you get freeze and flare would be your big upgrades as you go deeper.
Flare is ridiculous. I feel like I finally have muscle memoried my AoE rotation as a Black Mage, which isn't that hard. But Black Mage was so simplistic and kind of straightforward for so long that once I got Flare in game, it took me a minute because it consumes all your remaining MP when you cast it. So you want to AoE, I think it's 3 AoEs, and then you swift cast Flare because Flare's cast time's ridiculous and it burns the rest of your MP, and you go into Frost buff to get your MP back afterwards.
Okay.
So it's like a dump thing. It's actually, I quite like it. It's kind of fun.
Looks like Black Mage also has MP, so they're spending mana, and they likely have a way to get that back. Oh, here we go. Mana Font restores mana, Mana Ward. Got all kinds of lucid dreaming.
Yeah, looking at coming back to Black Mage here. This is that's level 40.
Where's 30? You go, level 30.
Let me just look at 30 right again. Yeah, this is all shit you have. Swiftcast is here at level 30. Oh, there's a problem here though. There's a problem here.
Yeah.
Scathe. That's gonna tilt some people.
It's a secondary ability, so what you just splash a little damage in there? What do you get for it? Range 10 squares, deals 3 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, so basically you're forgoing your secondary abilities, removes Umbral Ice and grants Astral Fire or reverse. So if you choose to not manage your mana or your own health, you can scathe. So probably don't want to be scathing.
There's also a range, although I guess range wouldn't really matter.
10 looks like the standard range for everything on the Black Mage.
Yeah, because you are a range class, yeah. So I'm not seeing anything representing cast time, which is where Scathe usually gets maybe used if you feel like it.
Well, the big trade-off is, of course, if you choose to forego your movement, you get to cast a primary ability and then this secondary evocation.
So there you go.
So you stand still, you do nothing, you start turreting magic. Is it going to cost? Yeah, it's costing you a lot of mana. So your secondary ability likely has to be manage your mana, or you're making the choice to say, you know what, I'm going to squeeze in an extra 3 damage.
Okay, so there you have it. There are movement. Movement is a mechanic, as it is in most TTRPGs.
Well, we'll get into that here in a moment.
This is neat.
You want to check out some tank abilities?
Doing homebrew, I would like require printouts because I love that it's like the game icons. I quite enjoy that. Like if we ended up doing like a custom campaign, like, and your character gets maybe a little more in depth than whatever this is.
I mean, I've done it before for a number of players who come from the card game sphere, or even just brand new players where they have a deck. They have cards in front of them, and then they lay down those cards as they use their abilities, so their hand is left with only things they have left. So, like, this ability that says, you know, once per phase.
That is a cute idea.
They would take Second Wind out of their hand and lay it on the table, so they're no longer thinking.
I've never done a TTRPG like that, but I like that.
It's really fun. It works better in, like, a combat scenario like this. My favorite version of it ever was I basically made a wizard card captors adventure for one person. Who, as they adventured through the world, wizards find spells to put in their spell book, and I'd give them the card that they would find. So like, hey, guess what you just found in a spell book in a tower? Fireball! And now they could have Fireball and add it to their deck, and as they played for the day, they could lay out those cards.
That's cool. Huh.
But I am interested in your opinion on tanks. So where did our thick boy...
Well, I don't know warrior for shit.
No, but I think we might have some, you know...
All I know is they're unga bunga.
Some standard actions. I'm seeing things like reprisal, provoke, interject.
That is a good point.
Rampart, low blow.
Okay, actually, yeah. How many unique abilities are even on here? Primary abilities are unique. Berserk is unique. Thrill of Battle is unique. So yeah, Rampart, low blow, reprisal, provoke, interject. Those are all... Yeah, everybody's got that. Okay.
Does it have Fell Cleave? Everyone wants to know.
Level 30 does not appear to have Fell Cleave. Oh, here's a question before we look. Because I don't know warrior. What level is Fell Cleave in game?
That's a good question.
No. I want the in-game answer before we look for the TTRPG.
Oh, sorry.
answer.
I'm going on another investigation on like leveling
60.
up.
Okay. Well, let's see if it's on 40. It is not. All right. Let's see if it's on 60. I'm not seeing a Fell Cleave. Nope. It would appear...
You gotta buy the Dawn Trail expansion.
It would appear you gain Steel Cyclone. Oh, wait, this is level 50, not 60.
Yeah, you go up to 50.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just not high enough level.
So Heaven's Word. You gotta get
54.
the Heaven's Word.
It's a Heaven's Word skill. So, okay. So, yeah, because this is like based on Realm Reborn, right? And they do need a place to go. Oh, you get Arm's Length.
What does that do?
Exactly what it does in game. You're immune to all movement effects until the end of this turn.
Oh, perfect.
So there must be effects that can move you. Oh, dude, having like straight up MMO boss mechanics in a TTRPG. I've played with Kyle and he will homebrew that shit. But like,
I don't need to.
Having it be out the gate.
Let's go ahead and do a little reveal here. Look at that. Look at that. It's actual card stock too, so you pop it out. We got to get it popped out so you can.
You want to pop it out?
Yeah, let's pop out. Let's pop out that stack marker.
Here, we'll go wide. So, oh, why aren't you working? Inner Beast is a predecessor to Fell Cleave. Okay. Can we get some tape and just put that on my forehead?
There it is.
All right, and where is? All right, so here's Tuna, but this is actually inaccurate, Kyle, because Tuna would be like over here, and be like, "Huh? Oh shit!"
Someone bring up Yoshi P. Because guess what is one of the miniatures?
Is that it? Is that his wall? Is that his
looks like
freaking wall? Oh my god, that is a
nice.
That is a fantastic Easter egg. What's his wall named? I'm assuming it's not.
Yeah,
Celica.
I mean that.
Sampo. That's her name too? Oh shit. Is
part of the adventure. Part of the adventure.
So I mean I realize there's one more L. Is Yoshi P a Toyota fan? What does Yoshi P drive? Oh my god, I actually want to know what Yoshi P drives. I bet Yoshi P's in the cars. Yoshi P strikes me as a man with car opinions. Oh man. What an Easter egg. That's great.
We also have for the story a Raw Bon, apparently.
I'm gonna clean up here. Hold up.
Well, we'll be moving this out in a moment because we're just enjoying the ride. Granny Goodness is here too.
Yeah, my favorite character.
And not the one that got kicked into the wall, I assume.
That one was wearing a mask.
That is true.
Spoilers, Kyle.
Yeah. All right, anyway, going back in time. Reverse.
Gotta get back in time.
We were looking at
move tuna.
A tank. Because I want to know...
Yes.
I want to know some stuff.
What do you want to know?
Mostly, I want to hear the little strategy rundown at the very top.
So, all right. As a tank, your primary role is to shield the party from harm. Force your foes to focus their attention on you, thereby preventing them from endangering your friends and allies. You want to endanger your enemies. Warriors can inflict an enfeeblement called enmity, track so far, which makes it more difficult for enemies to attack other adventurers. While this means you'll frequently find yourself targeted by enemy attacks, your substantial HP and high defense is in blue and bolded, leave you well equipped to stand toe-to-toe with your foes and weather whatever damage comes your way. It's a lovely description of what tanks do. Enemies that... Okay, we're in the tips and tricks now.
Okay.
Enemies that you have enmity on incur a -5 penalty on all ability checks that don't target you. This penalty is significant enough to goad most foes into attacking you, but even if they do choose to target your allies, their attacks will be far less likely to score a direct hit. Either way, enmity is one of your best tools for keeping your party safe, so try to inflict it on as many enemies as you can. Keep in mind that on your turn, you are free to choose the order in which you perform your actions. If you want to use a secondary ability to increase your damage output, be sure to do so before using a primary ability to attack. All right, now I want to come back to this, because, like, how does enmity work? Oh, here we go. Warrior combo, heavy swing plus maim. It's 1 square, so you gotta be melee. Makes sense. It's a strength check against the target's defense. Am I interpreting that correctly?
Yep.
Base effect deals 2 damage and inflicts enmity. So you've got abilities that they do enmity. I'm not seeing anything that looks like a stance here.
So here's enmity down there. So it looks like you're just applying it with your primary attacks.
Yeah. Storm's Path, which follows up. Yeah, that also inflicts enmity. Overpower inflicts enmity. Tomahawk. Every primary ability inflicts enmity. There's a lot of reminders here. Even here you have a reminder of what enmity does, even though it tells you here what enmity does.
Oh, it is your primary business, right?
This is probably the most I've ever said enmity, because I just say threat.
Isn't it? Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, that's right, because I would watch 4-player squad gaming when I first got in the game. And they would always say enmity. And I always liked the way they said that. And people are like, oh, you got to watch Mistech. And I'm like, but I like hearing this guy say enmity. And then I end up watching Mistech anyway, but you know.
Oh my god. In the tabletop, you don't level sync, so your tank stance never falls. I love that idea, Shakal. I love it. Fantastic.
Where were the other, did I take them? Where's the other warrior pages?
Right here. Oh,
you're holding multiples.
I have a whole stack.
Okay,
so
yeah, I just wanted to...
There you go, sorry.
Beast within.
Okay, so Rampart, base effect, reduces the damage you take from all abilities by 2 until the start of your next turn. Cool. Limitations once per phase. I'm assuming a phase is like its own, like an encounter.
During this encounter 3 times per phase. I'm feeling like it's a...
it's rulebook time.
Yeah, rulebook time.
What constitutes a phase?
What is a phase? Oh, actually, let's check the back of these things since these are for the players. Surprise position, turn order, adventure step, primary, secondary...
Phases, bottom left. Some encounters may consist of multiple phases. Oh, it's just like a boss.
Oh.
That's kind of neat. The start of the new phase may see enemy reinforcements take the field, or have a powerful foe adopt a new form. When a phase ends and a new one begins, remove enhancements and enfeeblements from all characters. Adventurers with abilities that have limited uses per phase have those uses restored.
Oh,
so this is how they manage cooldowns.
Oh, that's so good.
I like that. That sounds fun.
Oh, it's just part of the game.
Turn order, HP, MP, barriers, items consumed, and benefits gained from traits are carried over onto the new phase. So it's just fun.
Setting the expectation that can be done is really powerful because players don't like it when you multi-phase them in D&D. They're like, ah, come on, dude. This is just because combat's already so long. So ultimately, this comes down to how fast can you get through combats.
Yeah.
But with a guaranteed hit and only a chance of direct hit, you probably can let your players know the DC in a lot of cases. And that's not some big mystery.
What is a DC? Not a disconnect, I'm assuming.
the amount you have to pass to hit.
How would you have to pass?
I'm actually not sure what it means.
Oh.
Difficulty class, I think, is what it usually stands for.
Difficulty check.
Difficulty check
is what Thatcher's saying. Difficulty class. Other people are saying so.
Yeah, I think it's probably changed.
It's like a threshold.
Yeah,
like that's the number to beat with your dice roll.
So normally at a table of like 8 players, which I've done before, you have one person in there that's just writing down the whole time. Oh, 14 missed. Oh, 15 hit. Oh, 20.
Someone being a mid-maxing nerd.
And then they'll be like, hey, everybody, the DC is blank. And also their wisdom seems to be low. Let's get them.
Is it a D20 system? It sure looks to be.
Yeah, it's a D20
because we haven't really even shown off the die yet, except through plastic. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Your nails, dude.
When you play bass, if you have any nails, it sounds like shit.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening.
All right, so we've got a little ASMR for you. So we've got plenty of D20s in here. Is the one black one symbolic of anything?
Well, that'd be the black mage, right? These are for the players.
Why do we have 2 red? Wouldn't it be
2 red for the...
It's roll colors. This is probably for monster.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Well, I mean, I got plenty of extras, you know, there's plenty.
Because this is tank.
Yeah.
This is healer. These 2 are damage. That's a light party. So this is probably, let's go to the rule book, but I'm going to assume.
That would make sense, actually, yeah.
This is the DM's D20.
I think you're right. Oh, okay. There's a monster manual in here. That's my favorite part. We'll get to that later.
I'm just getting Kyle leg. It's a terrible angle. It's coming over here.
Not particularly useful. I was just getting excited because there's monsters and encounters, and that thing. That thing is gonna F people up. Love it.
I did fail a perception check. There's a transparent white die. Or just a transparent
that'd be for
die.
the healer, right? That's your healer.
That would make sense, yes. Wait, no. Isn't Green's healer?
Wait, then who? Well, the white mage? Wouldn't they be?
No. That's a healer, which is green.
Oh, so black and white are for the DM then.
I'm assuming. Did you find the thing on
Oh, sorry,
dice?
I got distracted because I saw monsters and I got excited. And that's my favorite part. Which is why I'm mad again at D&D Next for delaying the monster manual till February.
We're just going to go back to here because Kyle's reading his lap.
What don't I have in the rule book? What do I have in the rule book? Choosing a game master. Choosing a game master? They're reading iHuman. Engage.
Reading iHuman?
Engage
okay,
your,
right. I'm bringing
engage
it over
your
to
functional
my
eyes.
side then. All right. Is there... I always want to know, is there like a glossary of... Or what am I thinking of? Index. I want an index. Here we go.
Got an index in the back of this. Dice.
Dice is 16 and 28. So
16, 20 in the player's handbook, so I'm holding that. Yep, getting started, dice here.
Oh, P16. This
Yeah.
is O16?
Well, you'd be in GM 16, I do believe. Because you've got the GM's guide.
But the index says...
It's a shared
GL.
index.
Oh!
Yeah, GM.
Oh!
So, like, if I was like, what's large?
The index is the so that's how you can guide. Oh, wait. So there's no dice in the GM. They're 16 and 28 in the player's guide.
Dude, look at... Everybody, look at this picture. I don't know if it's shown up in other things, but...
Focus.
That is badass.
What the hell?
It's an Ifrit summon.
What a freaking...
Yeah,
what
that's
an
a sick
illustration.
picture.
That is sick. Is this Realm Reborn art that I just haven't seen before?
Final Fantasy 14 Ifrit is so badass.
Yeah. That's really rad. Okay, so 28 maybe for dice? Oh, this is explaining how dice works. So 16 was the other page? Not seeing any explanation of the dice colors in here with a quick glance. Dice rolls are used to determine whether certain actions succeed or fail. Dice come in a variety of shapes and sizes. In the game's rules and scenarios, dice are referred to by using the letter D followed by the number of sides. Okay, makes sense. Sometimes you'll need to roll multiple dice at once. This is indicated by a number before the letter D. For example, if you see 3d6, yeah, there you go. Okay, this is just a basic explanation of how die work. It's on one of the official artwork or expansion countdowns back. Oh, the art. Oh, sweet. Huh. The mage bikini. I mean, you know. There's a time and a place.
For movement.
and that's how you end up with tanner thighs than Kyle.
Multiple DM's discretion. Action equals 1 bell? Oh my goodness.
What are your Elven eyes see?
I just love that they have a confidence makes the GM. Like, there's a lot of very beginner things in here, but this is all important to the psychology of the game. What if I can't find enough players? Choosing a game day, laying the groundwork.
Anna said, I really like that it isn't a cash grab shallow system. Yeah, it doesn't seem shallow to me. You've played a lot more tabletop than I have. How is this stacking up for you?
Well, direct hitting in general is just good. Now they have a mechanic called direct hit, but I'm talking about all the players always get to hit. That's just fun, and it means that the battle's going to be timed out well. And if it does have multiple phases, you can keep the battle going in a succinct amount of time, meaning you can request an exact amount of time from your players, as we're all busy adults now. It's all very important stuff.
That's cool.
But obviously there is a deep understanding of Final Fantasy XIV to even include the actual ability names.
Where's the box? Can I see the box,
yeah,
please? Thank you. Back of the box, please.
Back of the box. What?
Thank you.
You want the map? Oh, you're looking at that. You're looking at the goodies.
I just wanted to see, like, what it includes, or like how it breaks the stuff down. Oh, it just tells you what colors. And it says, oh, it even says on the dice, featuring the meteor icon.
Featuring the elite meteor
from
icon.
Final Fantasy XIV.
All right, let's take a quick look at, I want to do healer, but I want to take a quick look at a monster just to kind of see how hard I'm hitting. Deals 6 damage and inflicts .3 on the target with true thrust. It's like we also have a burning cyclone dealing 4d6 damage. How much health does the warrior have?
Oh boy.
Here's
a level 3.
46 health.
35.
35
level
health.
30.
Okay, excellent.
What level is that monster?
Well, so he's dealing 12 damage. He's got vigilance 15, he's size medium. He's spoken. How do I tell what level this is? It's part of scenario 1. Lord Ifrit, I have failed you, badass.
Well, if it's part of scenario 1, the whole scenario probably has a level suggestion.
Yeah, so it's probably first level.
I would imagine. So it's probably 30.
12 damage in a cone. Okay, so now that we have a feeling for how hard things are going to hit, let's take a look at the healer.
Okay. I was going to say, so it could kill a warrior in 3 attacks? Doing 12 damage a cone? At least with that attack specifically.
Hit me up with my tips and tricks.
Okay. I'm stealing the camera back.
All right, go for it.
All right. So, we've got... we have Asuna. One of your secondary abilities can remove enfeeblements such as dots, focus,
Yep.
prone, and slow. Some enfeeblements, including knocked out and weakness, cannot be removed by this effect.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
That's a secondary action, so you're going to keep getting to play. It's not going to cost you your whole turn.
Yeah. Scenario 3 is level 50. Okay, cool. 2 is 40. 1 is 30. Thank you, folks. Your healing effects cannot cause a character's HP to exceed their max HP. Overhealing.
Makes sense.
Excess healing is ignored, so take care that your restorative magic doesn't go to waste. So mid-max your heals. So, I mean, you're playing a proper healer. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Lalafell just praising. Just praising Heidelin. Just all about it. All freaking about it. All right, that's it for tips and tricks.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to learn more from this sheet.
Yeah, so kind of a situation of the Black Mage, where you're going to be making a choice between Lucid. Because look at your mana's 5, so you're going to be choosing to Lucid Dream once per phase. Immediately use one of your magic abilities. Oh, Presence of Mind.
What I'm finding cute about this is how it wouldn't make you the worst player of the actual video game. It's teaching you things like use your cooldowns, like use your abilities on cooldown.
Raise costs 3. So knocked out is basically dead, as we would know.
Dead,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. And they're going to come back with weakness. Weakness, a character incurs a -2 penalty to all checks. Weakness enfeeblement does not wear off at the end of a phase and can only be removed by completing a rest action or by the effects which specifically remove it. So yeah, you got res sickness too. If you get rezzed up, you're going to suck a little bit. You got -2.
That's cute. Huh. Once per phase, as you said. Is Lucid Dreaming the only one with a limitation under the secondary abilities? No, Presence of Mind also has a once per phase. Presence of Mind. Immediately use one of your magic abilities. Nice. Okay. Okay.
So there's... What happens if you run out of mana? I don't see like a basic attack. I don't see like a hit him with your staff.
That's a good question.
It looks like Dragoon has mana as well. Effect.
You regenerate 2 MP per turn, so this is where we get into base rolls that we haven't hit yet.
Ah, okay. Oh, well, here we go. Recover 2 MP at the start of the adventure step. Right there by the MP.
Yep. Yeah, it says it right there.
Okay, cool. So you're going to have MP, but, you know, if you're doing double actions or rezzing, you might need to do more. So you might actually be scathing a lot? Return support 2 MP, mana ward, gain a... Oh, I guess, well, that's once per phase. Yeah. I guess you're going to be probably removing your Umbral Ice and granting fire and all that. Well, under the effects of Umbral Ice, recover an additional 2 MP at the end of Adventure Step. Umbral Ice is removed when you are knocked out, or if the effect is not renewed at the end of your next phase. Begin granting Astral Fire removes this effect, while the effects of Astral Fire aspect abilities deal an additional 1d6 damage, and you do not recover MP at the start of the Adventure Step. Astral Fire is removed for the same reasons. So there you go. That's cute. So you turn it off and on, and it's technically larger to 4 when you're in the ice phase. Wow.
Huh. Okay. So there's no leveling up system?
There is a level up system.
Okay.
That's why there's different cards, and we can get into that if that's...
Well, yeah, I understand that, but is it like just by scenario, and you just do the scenario, and that's the level you're at, and Bob's your uncle?
That might be the case for the starter edition.
Will you ever have like a level 33 mage or black mage or whatever, what have you?
Apparently here is the part of the adventure where you get to have a conversation with Yoshi P's character. Here's, it even says the lines, how you respond, how to roleplay them.
In Minfilia's armor.
As they do. All right, I'm just looking up leveling, but yeah, it sounds like probably for the starter edition here, we have scenarios that you will level up for in between.
So there's no... Okay, so far we're not into anything where you would like... You wouldn't level up and choose abilities or anything like that. I mean, 14 also doesn't work like that. You level up, you get abilities. There's no decision to be made. Your job fills out as you level, and it's just automatically given to you, or you have to go do a quest.
So level look at 20 on the player's guide you're holding over there.
20?
Dude, page 20.
Oh, page 20. Okay.
And I will be looking at the level, but it's just a short little tips and tricks here.
So we've got page 20 here. What am I looking for?
Apparently that's where it talks about level in some regard.
Not seeing it. This is the player handbook. it an attributes?
Here we go.
No.
How do I earn experience points and level up? The concept of experience points does not exist in Final Fantasy XIV Tabletop RPG. Instead, your character levels in adjustment to match the recommended level of each scenario you undertake. Think of it as a sort of level sync system.
Cute. Do you think they will expand upon that?
I mean, there's going to be official books. I'm hoping there's an official monster manual. I don't know if we're sharing monsters between those, which would be nice. Maybe you could even have like boxes dividing up what is their level 30, 40, and 50 abilities so you can add to them. But my first thought is that's good for money because you sell scenarios as a 3-pack that adventurers advance through. Depending on how much time you have to play, if you do an 8-hour session, a full day, you could do the whole thing.
But what about when I want to have my ongoing campaign set in the zombie apocalypse of Sin Eaters on the 1st?
And if you want to roleplay,
I direly want to be a campaign we run.
Yeah. Well, here, this might answer some of your information as well. Where can I find information about my adventurer's equipment? This game assumes your adventurer is outfitted with equipment appropriate for their job and level, and has factored this into their attributes. This way you won't have to spend your hard-earned guild to complete side quests to outfit your adventure each time they level up. As such, this book does not contain specifics for weapons and armor. So it sounds like this is already out the door, is the idea.
Okay.
And it's a way to play where you don't really have cities necessary for like a sandbox idea. This is just, the game starts when you leave town. But otherwise, you talk to people. You hang out with Rob Bond. He says, hi, I've got one arm. And sends you on your way.
Gotcha. Noelle is saying, I've seen reviews say that this is an MMO on tabletop, not a role-playing D&D type game. Is there anything about non-combat based checks for like conversation, perception, traps, exploration, any of that type of stuff?
Well, we got role-playing basics if you want to have at those.
Okay.
It's the whole page there.
Let's see what they have to say about it. So, just adjust my microphone a little bit here. Final Fantasy XIV TTRPG is a role-playing game, which means that players will adopt the role of an adventurer. They control all of their characters' actions while the GM handles overall game progression and story. Of course, players do not have to be brilliant actors or fully inhabit their character personas to play the game. During encounters, for example, their focus will revolve largely around their character's role. Tank draws enemy attacks, healers restore, yada yada. Okay, makes sense. Meanwhile, the GM will decide what action enemies take and will place markers that indicate incoming attacks. Outside of encounters, the GM need only explain the current situation as written in the scenario and then describe how the adventurer's actions affect it. Similarly, players are only required to convey their adventurer's words and deeds, for which even simple descriptions will suffice. Examples given. My character doesn't like that idea. She's angry.
It works. Holds up.
Another example. My character takes a coffee biscuit out of her bag, hell yeah, and gives it to the crying child to calm her down. So there's an example. I'm not seeing anything about checks. As illustrated above, so long as the player communicates their adventurer's intentions, feelings, and actions, if they hear, feel, and think, for example, Kyle.
They didn't.
They should be able to imagine what's going on and respond accordingly. If you notice a player is struggling to express themselves, you should gently ask them to explain what it is they want to do and encourage them to talk it over with the group. If your friend is Kyle, ask them to hit the other steps along the way from their beginning of their thought to their destination.
I remember this.
Yep.
That's lore.
Yep. Okay, while these descriptions don't have to be overly detailed, players are more than welcome to get fully into character by using gestures or unique voices if that's how they like to play. Are you out of your mind? There's no way I'm going along with this foolhardy plan. Slams fist on table. This is an actual
That's
example
what it
again.
says? Slams
Yep.
fist on table?
It's in a parenthetical.
Perfect.
Yep. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be okay. Oh, I know. Do you like coffee biscuits? I've got a whole bunch. So you can have one of, if you promise to stop crying. Oh, so these are RP examples of the previous examples given.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like that to explain role-playing to someone who may be completely alien to the subject. If Garrett reads the whole manual, he has no excuse not to manage a villain. Oh my god. Players can also act as if they were their adventurer, conveying their words and actions while in character. Your group doesn't have to pick one style or the other, either in role-playing games. In role-playing games, players often enjoy striking their own balance between the two. Players, including the GM, can role-play the parts they feel comfortable acting out and explain the rest, or use gestures to convey something that can't be communicated with words alone. Examples given. My character shouts, "Are you out of your mind?" and pounds her fist on the table. My character says, oh wait, that's the exact same. What? Huh?
My character says, though.
Oh, okay. It's just another way.
Yes.
Gotcha. When playing the 14 TTRPG, each player is free to decide for themselves whether to role-play like in the examples above, or to create their own unique style of play, as long as everyone understands what's happening, is enjoying the game. Possibilities are endless to play what's for you. So yeah, it doesn't appear that there's like anything in the realm of...
Well, let's check the player's handbook.
Well, here's
here.
checks. Making checks outside of encounters.
Yeah, because we have stats for it right here. We could do mind intelligence.
Yeah, because that's what's going on right here. So, okay. All right, this is what I was curious about. I'm sorry. I want it nice and framed up, but I also need to be able to read it. So whether in an encounter, exploring the world, or talking with other characters, the general flow of the game remains the same. As mentioned in Chapter 1 of the player book, the adventure... Yeah, we didn't read that. The adventurer takes the form of a back and forth, or adventure, sorry, between the GM and the players. That all makes sense. Any undertaking deemed challenging will require a check to determine if it succeeds. Okay, so you know this does have out-of-combat scenarios. I like that. This is my favorite thing about a role-playing game. If I wanted to just be combat, I'll play a video game.
A video game's going to serve us better, absolutely.
Yeah. In encounters, adventurers have to act quickly and make good use of their abilities. Okay, I know that. We're getting back into damage here. Or combat here. However, checks are also used in less stressful situations, such as when interacting with NPCs, collecting items, or even wandering idly. One of my favorite things to do. I love the shopping episode of a RPG. The success of most actions taken is determined by one or more checks that make use of the adventure's attributes. I'm assuming that. If the scenario includes a list of actions the adventurers can take, the GM can either have the players choose an action from that list and proceed as written, or ask them what their adventurers do and determine an appropriate check themselves. That's how I prefer a DM to play. Like, hey, what do you want to do? And then interpret. I like a DM that does that. Considering the following situation, the adventurers track down a boy who has secluded himself in the mountains after losing both parents in an accident. Even the examples are horribly gut-wrenching and sad.
You know, but they're just setting you up for the world. Just getting it ready.
The boy is the only one who can give them the information they need, but he isn't particularly willing to talk. Sympathizing with him to get him to open up requires a mind, I'm assuming, M&D.
Yep, mind.
Check with a CR of 12, intimidating him to force him to divulge the information. Requires a strength check with a CR of 18. So you can be a jerk. I like that. I love being a jerk in games. There are multiple ways for the GM to convey this to players. Okay. Communicate everything written in the scenario, including the CR. This is I'm assuming the Game Master book. Yes. So it's like a tip to the Game Master. You have to get information out of this boy, but he's unwilling to talk. You can make a mind check with the CR 12 to get him to open up, or you can make a strength check with the CR of 18. Okay, that's all in parent.
Was it still 12?
No,
for the strength check?
18 for the strength
okay.
check. It was exactly what it said in the example. So what it's telling the GM is this way the players can discuss which option they want to pursue with full knowledge of the chances for success. This method is a good fit for GMs who have limited TTRPG experience or struggle with improvisation. Players who are new to role-playing games may also appreciate having clear direction like this. Option 2, only communicate the scenario's suggested actions. So a GM example here is, you have to get information out of this boy, but he's unwilling to talk. You can make a mind check to get him to open up, or a strength check to intimidate him. Okay, so that's an example, and they say this way players won't know the CR for each check and can have fun speculating for themselves or cooking. That's not what it actually says. For example, if they know that the boy has secluded himself because of a violent event in the past, they might guess that the strength check will be less likely to succeed. Hey. Or they could decide that the mind check is better because it has the possibility of leading to beneficial outcomes for other NPCs as well. I am officially interested in playing this game because of this. Out of combat shit is the reason I come to RPGs. So I'm glad this is in here. Only communicate the general objectives is your third option, Kyle. So the example for the GM might say, you have to get information out of this boy, but he's unwilling to talk. What do you want to do? And that's probably the DM type I'm used to playing with.
Sure. That's how I do it.
That's how you do it.
Usually, that's how Dad did it.
That's how God did it. And it's worked pretty good so far.
What I do is, first game, session 0, some call it, I do ask for exact checks. And I say, at our second section, I will no longer do this. It is up to you to ask the right question.
That's a good point.
And then, sometimes certain players you need to poke and be like, hey, get in there.
Yeah. This way the players have free reign to try anything they can think of, which will help them become more immersed in the world. As someone who is not GM'd, I think these are actually good tips.
They're very general, but yes, the psychology of it seems very healthy to add.
Yeah. The GM can then use the scenario to choose what kind of check would be the most appropriate for the player's desired actions. For example, imagine the player say, well, why don't we try being honest with him? If he knows where we're coming from, maybe he'll open up. The GM can then respond, okay, make a mind check to see if you succeed in getting through to him. Alternatively, if the players say, let's try roughing him up a little, maybe that'll get him to cough up the info we need. That sounds exactly like how I tend to play. The GMs can then respond, okay, make a strength check to see if you can intimidate him. Actually, one of my absolute favorite, I love being deceitful in RPG games. I love trying to lie to get my way through. Again, mostly playing Star Wars, where I don't feel bad about that because I'm trying to pull one over on the Imperials or something. But yeah.
That all sounds pretty healthy.
Yeah.
I like the system they're developing. I am curious if it's going to have in there a section about whether or not abilities can be used out of combat, because that was a big thing in 4th edition that we just straight up home ruled. I think every table was like, I could cast Fireball. Can I start a campfire? No. Why not? Because it says encounter only. If you're a black mage and you want to scathe yourself of fire into being or hunt a bird with it, fine by me.
I would think you would probably use fire for that.
Yeah, sure. But, you probably don't want to fire to a campfire. That would be bad. That's called making a bonfire.
I mean, maybe you need a bonfire.
Could you cast sleep on yourself so you go to sleep faster? All enemies within range. Yeah, well.
I wish I could cast sleep on myself.
It'd be so convenient. Just knock yourself out.
Oh my god. Just all right, I'm out.
Yeah, but the spell says creature. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they've come up with a pretty healthy system to allow you to do the role-playing aspect, but it's very much you're already out the door.
I'll give you that. I'm back here, and we're going back to the wide chat for a little bit here. FF, thanks for the super earlier. Wonder if anyone will be 3D printing 14 theme minis now. I bet they already have been. I bet some people have been homebrewing 14 themed D&D campaigns forever. I know there's no sci-fi, so you would never use a Star Wars system because there's no sci-fi in Final Fantasy 14. They're retconning it to have sci-fi in Dawn Trail.
Yeah, a character would never hold a gun in this universe. There'd be no job that allows you to hold a gun or perhaps
oh my god, if
have
a character ever held a gun in Final Fantasy 14, it would ruin that character for me
really
forever.
Weird. That'd be super awkward.
Yeah, that'd be rough. That'd be rough. Chakal says, fine, I declare my hatred of the firewood and challenge it to a fight. Now can I cast Fireball on it?
It's so freaking true.
Wood killed my parents.
Use his backstory, inspiration.
What else did I miss over here in the dashboard? Drasoni Super Kyle, check out Shadowrun if you like D6 systems. Have you ever played Shadowrun?
Only in computer games.
Okay.
It's a strange one, but I hadn't played a lot of Cyberpunk at the time. I think if I went back, I would understand the world a bit more.
Okay. Wasn't wood the OG Green Lantern's weakness? Is that true? I don't know.
Because
I like Green Lantern, but it was never that deep.
Huh. I guess. Yeah, that sounds accurate. That sounds like that actually happened.
I actually don't completely hate the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
Dude, no, he was a really solid.
It's kind of fun.
What's his face? That Green Lantern, whatever his name is.
His name. I kind of like the Green Lantern movie.
He did a fine job at. I prefer the Justice League Green Lantern, which I also can't remember the name of, but the military background with a Green Lantern is so good. It's such an awesome combination.
Yeah. His name's actually Jon Stewart. Oh my god. Oh my god. Good lord. There's a StarCraft 2 cameo in the Green Lantern movie. The villain, was it Brainiac? He's playing StarCraft 2 in one of the scenes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Hal Jordan. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah. Jon Stewart's the Justice League.
Yes, and I love him. It's such a great.
That's who I usually think of when I think of the Green Lantern, but I also I don't hate the Ryan Reynolds.
Also good romance with Hawk Girl.
Who?
Hawk Girl? Wasn't that
I thought you said Hot Girl.
Hot Girl. You know, Hot Girl.
Yeah, my favorite superhero.
Yeah, everyone's favorite superhero, Hot Girl. And
Fallen Place, I adore this super. The child gets 3% experience bonus by eating the biscuit. Oh no, he's leveled up. Now we have to fight him. Oh, that's great.
Gathering your party. I saw something that was like
what?
Getting started. I could have sworn I saw like a page that was the golden rule kind of territory. I see confidence makes the GM. GM's discretion. I'm assuming it's just gonna say you're the arbiter. It's the final thing. These are just examples, but feel free to decide. Okay, it was right at the bottom of the page. You were just reading.
I was trying to figure it out.
Confidence makes the GM. Let's see.
End caller starts playing. You roll a 1, and everyone's like, "What happened?" And you just hit a button, and the remix of Big Fat Taco starts.
When running a game, nothing will serve you better than confidence. As the GM, the players are counting on you to take them on an incredible adventure. If you seem unsure about yourself, the players might get anxious about the future of your group. Remember that Final Fantasy XIV Tabletop RPG is a game, and making a few mistakes won't bring about the next Umbral calamity. So,
or will it?
Or will it? So,
not if Kyle's the dungeon master.
Maybe. Mostly I just want to play with primals. That's my primary thing. Like, that's my number one goal. I want to make boss primals with phases and chess fights. I want to do chess fights.
See, I definitely want to RP just being a normie adventure on the first post wave, like at the first dawn of Sin Eaters. I'd love to. I love alternate history, so I would think a fun campaign would be spin up like the Scions are dead. This is a world without Scions. You know, like they're doing for the Dune survival MMO. You know, Paul's not here.
You could do a pretty sweet campaign of the survivors after Black Rose.
Oh shit, that would be cool.
So
yeah.
you send off Graha, and you're like, "Hey Graha, get in the spaceship," and you send him off to the past.
Like I love the concept of What If with Marvel, but I wish it was like one continuous story based on some kind of fulcrum, instead of just a bunch like random vignettes episode by episode with no continuity. I know sometimes they return to other things, but I fell off real fast because I was expecting it to be its own main arc.
Yeah.
But with a schism in the timeline. So I want them to do it for Star Wars so bad. Like oh my god, Dave Filoni, get the 3D team, do Anakin never fell. What happens with that? Like Luke and Leia are never born, or like Anakin actually was good at being a Jedi.
But it's for fun.
Yeah.
Also, yes,
I love exploring that kind of shit.
You would get to DM Midgard-Sormer as your DM character, which would be freaking awesome.
Because who wouldn't want to do that?
Because after they send back Graha, Midgard-Sormer basically wakes up and is like, I'm much better after Omega. What the hell happened?
Yeah. A campaign where you are the Assassins, exactly. That was something I always wanted to do and we never found the time to, was an Imperial campaign for Edge of the Empire.
Bad guy campaigns are pretty miss in terms of hit and miss. I've done one that was fun and successful, but it existed in a world with our other characters, and that's what made it work.
Oh, but it made me so happy in SWTOR. My Sith Warrior playthrough of SWTOR is probably most fun I've ever had.
That's a fun
storyline. Yeah. Like, just being, like, living out my own Darth Vader fantasy was pretty tight. I had a good time.
I felt it was much tighter than my Inquisitor storyline. Kristen did Sith Warrior, so we were co-oping.
Everything included was great. I heard the best one was the agent.
Yes, Agent's good. You also get your romance option really early, which means it feels super filled out by the end.
Well, I mean, it's more than one romance option. Like Warrior gets an option really early.
Well, yeah, but I like their first romance option because it filled out really nicely.
I romanced the Jedi Padawan you turn, which is really late for the Sith Warrior.
Oh, dude, she was livid. Like, I was up in my spaceship, just romance after romance quest, and Kristen is like, where's my damn character? Oh my god. How long must I wait?
Oh, shit. Oh, man. We just need event days. I want to play SWTOR with you. I've done, like, almost none of the expansions. I did Hut Cartel, which was good. And then I just never found the time to get back to it. I should have been playing that instead of World of Warcraft. At least around... I liked BFA enough. But I probably should have played some SWTOR then. I definitely should have been catching up on SWTOR during Shadowlands.
I know a lot of people who just like jump in, expansion, leave immediately when it's over. Like it's not a game.
If you like Mass Effect, it's a really good one of those.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if Anthem was massively disappointing to you and you're like, what the hell? Where's my BioWare? SWTOR. Let's see. Fallen plays also supered. Sin Eaters have been around for 100 years, and Lord Voth only came into power 20 years ago. Oh, wait, hold on. My window is poorly sized. Stand by. Lots of wiggle room for a campaign there. I like that. Shakal headcanon. Midi woke up because Heidelin warned him the Crystal Tower disappearing means they're on the bad timeline and needs to start Plan B. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love all of this. These are all great ideas for campaigns. Anna says, Reaper Order campaign, doing your best for Garlemald under Emperor Sullivan. Oh, God. Oh, no. But being a Reaper during that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, we know a bit about it.
I think the trick, if you want to do a villain campaign, is you have to write it like you're not the villains. You just have to treat it like you're in the right. Because villains do not see themselves as villains. And because otherwise it just becomes too tropey. Like, oh, yes, we're so evil. Oh, we're wonderful.
Yeah, or you end up with a weird kind of point system, like what did happen in the old KOTOR games where for no reason at all, you stole a mom's passport off the planet so you could leave her behind, but you could totally get off another planet. But you got dark side points for that one, and that made your Force Lightning cost less mana. So, hey, it's a win. And you're like, I'm Statman maxing evil.
He has brought that example up probably more than 10 times in our friendship together on content.
It's a great example because it's so twisted.
On a podcast, on a stream, on a video, and also in private conversation. Kyle brings that up all the time. Dragon Song War, I saw that go by. Where was that? That would also be fun. FF, yeah. Dragon Song War would be fun. There's so many points in Final Fantasy 14 that you could really focus on. That would be a fun setting and launch point for a campaign.
Well, let's take a look here. Let's just see.
I'm assuming there's nothing in here about kind of setting up your own.
No, this is very much a starter guide. So, warning, do not look at this if you are a player. Okay, so warning to anybody who might become a player. We're going to be looking at the adventure a little bit here. The expected playtime of the scenario is 3 to 4 hours. GM should review the scenario. Momo D approaches the adventure with a job for the Sun's mineral concerns. A wagon carrying a shipment of crystals has been attacked, and the concern needs capable adventurers to track down and retrieve stolen cargo. The player's investigation reveals that the crystals were taken by a group of Mamalja seeking to summon their deity, Ifrit. They have tracked the thieves into a cave in the Clutch and confront their leader, Flint Claw Grajgra. After a heated battle, the party emerges victorious and recovers the stolen crystals. Yet a sinister shadow lurks behind the incident. A soldier of the Garlean Empire is spied.
Ooh.
And then, as we can see...
And then Kyle reveals...
And then we can see later adventures. We've got Dude and Chair and whatnot, as well as big old Magitech Scorpion there.
Yeah, forget all that. Kyle reveals it was Nero all along. It was
Nero. It's always my DM characters. Just Nero walks in. Hello, everybody.
How are you doing? Let me adjust my sunglasses.
So we have here.
Oh, more pieces.
We got some tokens.
Oh god, we got the little mushroom.
We got markers.
Yep.
These apparently
Rangefinders, that's a ruler.
Dude, it's not. Oh my god. It is straight up the Magitech Scorpion. Or no, this would be a hand.
Oh my god, it's
but
MMO
raid
fight
mechanics. Yeah, so you're gonna get out your map and you're gonna take these and you're gonna lay them across the board and they're gonna activate in turn and everybody has to move and dodge.
I can't.
Not after yesterday.
It's giving me snake PTSD.
We got some more stack indicators there.
Are the grids the right size for this grid?
Yeah, they're all
sheet you
1
have?
inch.
Oh,
Yeah, this is all
perfect.
1 inch.
Yeah, that's perfectly.
Oh, dude, check it out. There seems to be a bloodied system of some kind. Bloodied system is you would inform players that something was at half health. Because here we have
you flip the tile.
we have a Magitech Scorpion. Here it is on fire.
Oh.
So it's taking damage.
And the backside of the other guy is just another AoE marker.
Yeah, you don't need him, so hey, you might as well get yourself
cool.
a bonus
Okay.
AoE marker
It's
there.
like when they start blinking in a beat 'em up.
Looks like we have indicators for some sort of space. I guess you could use these to just say, hey, this is happening in this area. Here's your conal attack, your straight attack.
Oh yeah.
Anything on the back there?
A wide attack.
We've got maps for the adventure. So we got a little South Cave entrance. Parts of the cave.
Is it Cape Westwind?
The investigation begins. Hellish experiments.
Spoilers, there's grass.
General purpose. Yep.
Oh yeah, look at all that. I love a good pathway.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Handsome.
General purpose. These are small battlefields.
Which reminds me, our DM was our mutual friend Ben, who is now working on a video game, but previously worked for Fantasy Flight Games as an illustrator and a concept artist. And having him as a DM was the best thing ever because he would just show up with completely custom painted maps. It was awesome.
It was such an inspiration because you can say that there is multiple types of DMs in the world. Give examples. Well, probably some are good at improv and some aren't, and some are like actors and some are actors. But Ben had an amazing way of embracing his talents, and he would tell stories through his maps.
He's still alive, by the way. I know Kyle's using past tense.
Yeah, because that's when I played with him, was like 10 years ago.
It's been a bit.
But we've hung out since. But the way he would use a picture and just put the picture, and you would see like the weighted lines on the character he had created, like a scar on their ear, and just like his picture sense. And he basically would just pass you the picture of the character and be like, this is what they ask you to do. And the picture carried enough weight that you were like, yeah, sure, we take the mission. Or, oh, I don't trust this. And it was such a cool way to DM while he embraced his own. There's always actors of different skill levels, but that one was really, really unique.
The range is measured in squares, not yalms. I'm sorry, Rains.
There is a thing here about sleeping. 1 action equals 1 bell. So let's see what a bell is.
What? Is it like an awareness?
Well, it sounds like
Or a stamina system?
whenever you need to calculate the passage of time, you may assume that 1 action takes 1 bell. For example, say the adventurers have accepted a delivery request to take place in Ul'dah. Assuming no other actions are taken, receiving the item and delivering them would count as 2 actions, meaning it would take them a total of 2 bells.
Many people in chat are saying bells are typically an hour. What?
Well, that makes
That's
sense.
a known thing?
Oh, yeah, bell.
I've literally never...
Because
no idea.
The clock would go off and it rings once for 1 o'clock. The clock goes off, it rings twice.
Oh,
For
okay.
bong, bong,
Yep.
bong, 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 bong.
I was already there,
And then
but
it gets down with it. And then on the back end it goes bong, bong, bong. You go, oh, so sick. 3 o'clock. I love 3 o'clock. Now, you may think it's odd that a simple act of retrieving an item would take an entire bell. However, this period of time accounts for all the other little things the party might do along the way. Imagine an adventurer has received an items from Kokobuki, eldest of the Thaumaturgy's guild masters. They would probably want to make themselves presentable first and practice what they're going to say to encounter and show the proper respect. Then they have to walk all the way to the guild, where Kokoburi may well ask them to search the premises for their cargo. So you're doing a lot of assumed action. So it's saying you can play it out, or hey, we want to go to Kokoburi and like be really cool about it. Cool, let's take 2 bells. Done.
Oh no, Kyle, your page is gonna explode. React.
Oh, no. Let's find out. Let's see this. Smash. Oh, we got smash coming from a claw. Let's find ourselves a little, hey, who's using these things? We got cement drills. Got some basilisks. Potions get handed out in this adventure. Here we go. Flaming sphere. Spear, excuse me. A mobile 3x3 area centered on the origin that moves within the origin. All enemies within the marked area, beginning of this character's next turn, deal 3d6 damage to all targets. So it's basically just their, upcoming damage indicators. Ooh, Amalja. 40 health. Speed 5. 4 damage to the target. We need to know what vigilance is. What is vigilance?
I don't know.
Player's Handbook 21. Then we're going to read the comic. You and I, we're going to sit down. We're going to read the whole comic.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Oh, boy. I'm sorry about that, Zico. I don't have any sort of easy way to look that up. And also, in the future, feel free to DM me. No need to send another super for that.
Oh, sorry about that.
Don't want you doing that. Did you find it?
Vigilance is a passive attribute that represents how aware your adventurer is of their surroundings at any given time. This attribute is typically not used to make checks. Rather, the GM will make the adventurer's vigilance to determine what they notice about the environment. Be sure to tell your GM your adventurer's vigilance at the start of the new scenario. So you don't even roll it. You've just got automatically 14 here on your black mage.
Oh, so it's just okay. Gotcha. It's in front of you on your character sheet.
Yep.
At all times.
Looks like as long as you're not 10, who's below is okay. We got Dragoon and Black Mage can see an Amalja.
We have a massive mess here.
What about you, Warrior? 11. He's level 30.
I got something here. White Mage.
White Mage.
Depends on the level.
15.
Probably.
No, so it seems like everybody can see.
Is it a fixed number or does it go up with levels? So like 15, 16. Okay. So at some point,
minor increases.
At some point, White Mage picks up one more vigilance. That makes sense. Okay.
Fruiting fungus battle.
Sorry, Winkle got super chats autocorrected to superstitions, and I love the idea of missing a superstition on YouTube. That's fantastic. Sorry, what are you looking at now?
I was just checking out this encounter where we're going to fight a bunch of fruiting funguses who have spore sprays and just start dealing crazy damage. Lazy for you? I guess these are just kind of like quest names that are coming up in the in-between.
That check was odd, none of the pre-gens could fail it? Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, but I assume it's just kind of like... $11, 14. We have a 14 on the cohort signifier, which is our Garlean soldier spellcaster here. So it looks like there's a couple that might be able to squeeze in under it. Is this guy just... Is Gorgi Mira just like kicking it? Where... Do you participate? Is he just chilling?
Oh, no, yeah, that's different.
Yeah, no, this is a battle with the hand.
I don't understand the question.
There seems to be a picture of a chimera here that is not participating in what's going on in these various battles at the moment. Hellclaws. I'm just looking at the various. So a couple ones might sneak past the warrior, and that's about it. Huh. Heroes of Operation Archon. That's interesting. You got yourself your map there, which you might know well.
I have a feeling where that might be going.
Yeah.
And it's scenario 3, so it'd be level 50, so that would be the end of Realm Reborn.
Exactly.
So that all kind of tracks. That's cute.
Scenario synopsis. The party has joined the ranks of the Eorzean Alliance as it forges ahead with Operation Archon, the realm's united front against the Garlean Empire.
Woo! Forge ahead.
Day after day, they fight vigilantly to ensure that Eorzea remains free. But ill tidings have come to the front lines. The Order of the Twin Adders forces have been devastated by the mysterious and lethal war machina. Their assault on Castrum Orens has faltered, and without reinforcements, they prong of the Eorzean offensive is almost certain to end in failure. If this should come to pass, it will endanger the entire operation. Celia Flame, captain of one of the Alliance elite adventure units, tasked the party with destroying the Emperor's new weapon. After accepting her request, they set out for Castrum Orens to rescue their embattled allies. The Order of the Twin Adders forces have suffered heavy losses at Castrum Orens, and to pour oil on the flames, a giant Ochu named Lazy Lawrence assaults their flanks soon after the party arrives. The adventurers are asked to step forward and beat back the stampeding Seedkin. They are also given little time to rest after it finally falls, for a sylph comes rushing onto the scene to report the Imperial forces have launched an assault on Little Solus. The adventurers depart to repel the Imperials, only to learn that yet another setback is in fact the confusion of battle.
This cutscene cannot be skipped.
Elder Frixio of the Sylphs has been captured by the enemy. The heroes rush to rescue Frixio, but discover that a frightened war machina awaits them. The Scorpion.
We have more campaign ideas.
Bring them.
Drasoini, thanks for super. Pre-Scions, Sildi on the source, Zombie Plague.
Oh, well, Zombie Plague is just fun.
That's when my brain goes to the first, because it's similar zombie rules, but with a different spin on it. Luke E suggested 1.0, but actually playable.
I mean, it would be, to an extent.
Mushroom, thank you for the super. Your theater troupe bored Solace, and now you must flee for your lives. What if Ramza is a member of that theater troupe, and I don't want them to succeed in fleeing with their life?
You must make a mind check to convince the other players to kick him out of the troop.
Okay, what's my mind check? What am I rolling?
Well, what are you playing?
Well, I'm Ramza.
Oh, you're playing as Ramza.
Yeah, I want to know right now, does Ramza survive?
Oh, yeah,
this check.
No attribute, -2 to mind for Ramza.
Okay, well,
yeah.
what am I rolling?
Yeah, it's a D20.
It's a D20.
Yeah, so take
okay.
it. All right, let's see if you get kicked out. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's a 2.
That was a 4.
Get out.
-2. Cool. Ramza's finally dead. Wonderful. I love this game. This game's great.
Let's see here. So I'm just going to read the to be continued, because that would give us an idea of where they're going in the future.
The Moogle kills him for his Moogle racism.
Thanks to your valor, the Emperor's new weapon was destroyed, and the ambitions crushed along with it. Adventurers who have completed Scenario 1 and Crystal Caber, Scenario 2, Imperial War Machina, and Heroes of the Operation Archon earn the title of Galba's Bane. The title has no discerning effects at this time. However, the battle to free Eorzea does not end here. As Raban made plain, the final phase of Operation Archon has yet to take place. If you would like to continue the adventure, consider referring to Final Fantasy XIV's main scenario quest, The Ultimate Weapon, to create your own conclusion to the epic struggle. And of course, much like the scenario, you're welcome to create fresh takes on the story, one of which is your adventurers play an active role in the events of Final Fantasy XIV. Countless adventurers await you in the realm of Eorzea, so venture forth and seek out with a trusted friend and allies at your side. The journey has only just begun.
So it's inviting you to, come up with your own shit.
Yeah, get weird on it.
I like that. Get weird on it. Yeah. Who said find Emperor Varus a plastic surgeon? Where did that come from? Oh, Luke. In my homebrew, Emperor Varus looks like he was designed this century.
Have they said if they're doing character updates that quick. I know there's a
I would imagine
rollout.
that characters like the Scions, who are in Dawn Trail,
Yes.
are going to look a lot spittier.
Exactly. Yes.
But
how long are we gonna have Moldy
like,
Varys?
is Emmett gonna get updated? Is Varys gonna get updated?
You would assume that
the update I really want to see is Crystal Exar Graha, but that is a unique model. Will they just leave it alone for now?
ultimately I feel like Elpis Emmett would be faster to update because you probably have the high res textures. You just couldn't use them because of space concerns and graphical concerns.
But isn't Garlean Emmett mostly made of standard?
Right, so he would probably be harder to go back in time and do because you have to redo his assets.
But isn't his face like a pretty close to a face you can get, and
You
his
probably
hair
could
pretty close
insert
to a
it.
haircut you can get?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think his hair is actually unique. I don't know. My thoughts.
So obviously we've seen Alphino's A Realm Reborn outfit is ready to rock, probably meaning Alphino across the board is ready to rock.
Have they said that, Marth? I was unaware of that. So characters with unique models and features will take a bit. Some will be prioritized more than others. I bet Varys is going to be crunchy for
Yeah, he's probably
the
going to
rest
be
of time.
He's going to be a little weird looking for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope Hien's stupid robe gets up to... I like Hien's robe!
What? What's wrong with Hien's robe?
I like Hien's robe.
I do like Hien's
I
robe.
have no issues with it.
No, I've never even thought about it that
Yeah,
way.
that's interesting. Drifting Nitro said, how long until someone adds homebrew fishing mechanics? I'll do it myself if I have to. We could also just do this.
I mean, it does say job here in the guide, and I feel like that is just begging for, adventurers, job, traits, abilities, attributes. But still, I can stop pointing at it, I guess. But that makes me assume that you can expand this however you want. Obviously, the starter set is not the books, and they have pictures. I don't know if they're going to be the actual pictures, but they do have actual pictures on their website that's like, this will be a hardcover book that'll be much bigger. And for me, a game as a DM revolves around how interesting the monster manual is going to be when it's all put together. Do I have interesting scenarios put together? I would say these fights are a little tame for my taste. I like the idea of the scorpion, so that's...
It's Realm Reborn, though.
I know,
Like,
but...
what are you expecting? Like,
Well, Ifrit. Where's the Ifrit fight? That'd be a big
I figured
sell.
that's where it was leading. It's not in there?
We're stopping it. We're stopping one possible version because this is currently on canon, right? You're not doing Operation Archon. You are participating in parts of Operation Archon. And just as you stopped the stealing of crystals that was going to lead to an Ifrit, you aren't the ones who battled Ifrit. That was the Warrior of Light.
But I guess canonically we would be susceptible to being tempered.
Yes, that is a factor as well.
Kyle would design this be like, you find some strange stones that look somewhat like dragon scales.
Maybe. I think the fear of tempering would make my Primal be a bad guy for a long time because you would want to... It's so hard to make players run away from something and just free mind control like that. And you would be playing with Final Fantasy players would be like, oh, I don't want that happening. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Huh.
Demon Wall would be essential for the monster manual. I've only seen the GM guide and the player's handbook though, so it sounds like the monster manual won't be a standalone book. It'll just be in the GM guide. This DM is owned by Wizards of the Coast, so you can't say that about other games.
It's the Kleenex of mastering a game.
They're very similar.
Yep. Yeah. Fallen Play said, campaign idea. Your party could be Garlean soldiers that stumble upon a plot to do... oh, jeez. There we go. I got the sizing on this is problematic. Stumble upon a plot reason to doubt the Empire. Some Final Fantasy games like to start off this way. Oh, okay. All right, so your whole parties are a bunch of Sids that defect.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah,
That would work.
yeah. Thank you for the cursed knowledge, Griffcat. I think I've heard that before. That Varys and Aymeric are like peeled, modified aura faces.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, is the reason we make fun of Varicus he's got the same face as little brother guy? In my mind, it kind of lines up.
What? Little brother guy?
Little brother guy. The little brother. The guy who was crying about
Oh, Nabdeen's busted ass face?
Yeah. Is that Varys's face? Is that why they both...
Is Nabdeen's face Varys's face?
I
God, there
feel
are
like it works
similarities.
in my mind.
God, there are. Yep. Oh God.
Yep. Yeah, yeah.
Oh geez. Oh yeah, there are similarities.
So you know, actually, Varys might be easier to update then.
It was by design.
Whole thing.
The whole thing, all the way down. All the way down.
Oh, here's additional rules: link pearls. You can assume your players have link pearls if you would like, as a GM.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you can just talk to each other at any point.
Yeah, or you could call up the quest giver and, you know, be a little more railroady if you need to be.
But there's no technology in Final Fantasy XIV.
No, but especially teleporting. A common knowledge of adventurers is they teleport between Aetherytes. Player characters have some measure of experience. They will be able to teleport.
What if I want to roleplay someone like Thancred who can't teleport anymore?
I guess you could, yeah.
Could just make you all wait, like...
I mean, obviously it would work better for a Realm Reborn campaign.
24 bells for me to get to where I need to go.
I mean, they did do that whole thing with, like, if you want to barf, Thancred can ride the new kind of teleport, which I was perfectly fine with. We're how many expansions deep, you know, 0.6, 6.0,
Yep.
like, just, yeah, that's okay by me.
Yep. Yep. I see I have a new DM. Thanks, Zico. I will get to that off stream. Let's see here. There's a photo. Said, I've been trying to figure why the stream has been making me sleepy until I realized the Skyrim OST is in the background, which is my sleep aid. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Kyle was like, can we get some background music? I'm like, I don't know. What do you do? He's like, I don't know. Just grab Skyrim and Dead Cells and shuffle.
Yep.
I was like, fine.
Now, normally I don't...
Sounds good.
In my own personal games, I definitely go with, like, ambient classic music because you got to be very careful of licensed stuff because people will be like, I know Witcher. I love Witcher. Do you like Witcher? I've played Witcher. This is from Blood and Wine. This is the scene. You're just like, oh my God, please, everyone.
Ben would use Mass Effect music, and then we would just end up, he and I would talk about Mass Effect.
Exactly, just talking about Mass
everyone
Effect.
else in the party who didn't play Mass Effect was horribly bored.
There are two that I feel like are absolute just table destroyers. And, well, Pirates of the Caribbean, definitely one of those. When would just like come on any of those mixes.
You need to get the theme out of there, but using shit from like the third movie would be some
That'd be
really
okay.
good like boss encounter music.
And you can get by with some Lord of the Rings, but not the main riffs.
No, you
and
can't.
same thing.
You can't have the Shire music.
Yep.
You can't. Yeah, no.
Just happens. You gotta be
Yeah.
careful.
Also, the Shire music makes me weepy. I love the Shire music.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's like I hope I hear that when I die. like to me, it's just like it's the sound of paradise. Like I love the Shire music.
Paradise.
It crits my soul. Yeah, got to use the original Kingdom Hearts 2 version. It's a MIDI. Oh jeez, yes, I remember that. I remember that. Artemis Wolfgang's got a question. Thanks for the super. Do you think this would be a good way to lure someone into 14, or would this just turn them off? I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, obviously, if they're a board game player, this wouldn't be a bad idea to whip out and be like, "Hey, you wanna see something?" Particularly because of the tactical nature of it, I could see it working. My 4th edition party was destroyed by World of Warcraft because it was just so similar. It was MMO combat on a board, and we ultimately all just went, should we just be playing World of Warcraft? Yeah, let's just end. Like 2 years went by without us ever playing a game.
That's an interesting thought. Yeah, I mean, my gut reaction is like this is pretty deep. I think it would kind of be on you as a game master to make it an accessible level of depth for like stage setting the world. So the game master plays such a massive role in this. So like your mileage is really going to vary. I look at this and I'm like, oh my God, we're like playing alongside Operation Archon. Like that to me, I'm like, that's the deep cut. Like, and I think even within 14 fans, there's only some of them you'll say that to and be like, oh, hell yeah. Because like in reality, the most interesting part of Operation Archon is the part that you, the Warrior of Light, do. So some people might look at that and be like, I don't really know if I want to play the Operation Archon side story.
I think you could get by with like, Momo D here, and you'd be pretty solid to get the adventure rolling, though.
Yeah, but on the flip side, those who don't know, it could be a big grand adventure. You don't think about what the cool main hero of the story is doing on the inside. You're just like, oh yeah, no, it's just it's a large scale operation. What role am I playing in this? No, it's I think that's tough to answer. I think it's it really kind of depends. This would probably not work for someone who's not interested in tabletop. Maybe not the best place to start, but
it'd be a tough first sell.
Yeah, because as someone who's done enough D&D and quite a bit of the Star Wars one, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I just kind of pick a job and go. I like really thinking about my character.
Engage our camera here. Like, look how much is on your level 1, level 30.
Yeah,
but level 1 character.
Your lowest level character sheet.
Like, hey, here you go. Granted, I mean, maybe a still, that's a lot of stuff.
My gut reaction is this is primarily for 14 players who also enjoy tabletop.
Yes,
because this is deep, and to me that's a compliment. Because earlier we were talking about, I forget the message that came in, that saying, oh, I'm glad this isn't just a cash grab. It has depth, and that is true. But I also think that leans it more in the pre-existing 14 fan corner.
Can I recommend something scary? You want to try fighting an ant?
You can't recommend anything after yesterday. You're not allowed. You cashed it all in.
Recommendations are illegal.
Yeah, your recommendation. I mean, we can try fighting an ant. Yeah,
let's
That's
fight
actually
an ant.
not that scary.
Let's see.
Let's do a combat scenario.
Let me see. Let's find an ant. I think I might have an ant.
It's Florida. We might be able to find a real ant.
Yeah, real ant of that size. Yeah. We need a large.
Going wide until you're done. Oh, Jesus. Never mind. I'm going back to the detail because Kyle just dumped.
This could work. He's a drider, a claw-born
wait, hold up.
sorrow.
That's more.
Yeah, I think we need a large though for our ant.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he's a large, so he needs to take up a 2x2 square. So like our
no.
Got here Ogre Magi.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's go with that guy.
Oh, this guy's gotten messed up. Oh, he used to be all.
Well, seeing how you store your minis.
Well, that's because I can't be precious about these things. I play with them. But yeah, this guy used to be really copper, so it looks like he's actually tarnished. Like
This is metal?
That used to be a copper golem.
Oh,
and
it looked copper.
Yeah, maybe it just wore off. This guy has seen so much play. He might be the most played thing in here. I love hooked horrors. I love them so much. Nothing is more fabulous to me than being like, you're in the depths, in the dark. Everyone's like, what's that?
If this is real copper, copper does turn green, so this is accurate.
And by like level 5, you have just people running for the hills every time you go. They just like freak out and start running away. We're not fighting hooked horrors today.
I had the same. Where did this come through? Shoot, I missed it. Someone mentioned Soravan, which was my first thought here.
Oh, sure. Yeah. They do have kind of a beetle shell on them.
Oh, it is a beetle shell. You're right. It's not a turtle shell. It is insectoid. Looks like 2 wings.
We got our Draco Lich. He's seen.
Okay, all right. So
we're good play too. Yeah, I think that'll be our ant.
All right, get your bag. Scoop.
Okay.
Scoop it.
Scoop it into the Dawn Trail bag.
In it goes. In it goes. Oh, Echo is joining the Ultimate World First for 14. Joined with Team Neverland. Huh. Okay.
Interesting.
I've never followed Racer World First super closely. Echo's like one of the few names I actually know.
Everything I've heard is it's a multi-day endeavor. So it is not because, of course, you don't have the servers, the test servers
How is
online.
this going to work? Is only one of us.
Well, I'd say probably play the warrior. And
Okay.
I say translate all these to Dark Knights and use your Dark Knight mini. And just call them whatever you want.
What level? Is this part of phase 1, phase 2?
This is part of phase 1. So this is a level 30 adventure.
Okay. So
We're gonna
level 30 warrior.
Maybe we don't want to do an ant because there's only 2 in this encounter. Let's try.
I'll take that.
Actually. So
Put
2,
that over there.
1. Let's
Get
just try
Bananas out? Why bananas?
for scale.
I think of apples. I have neither.
You not familiar with banana for scale?
No.
Oh, it's old Reddit. When Reddit was actually fun before it became advice bears and crap.
Oh, I just always look at Sideshow collectibles that I want to spend money on and don't, but they always have an apple for scale.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I got Katie Jawas from Sideshow, though. They look great.
But you know about, like, Velociraptor?
No.
A picture of a raptor going like this? And...
No, again, while you studied the blade, I was nesting.
Oh.
We've been over this.
Okay. Oh.
We've been over this. This is lore now, Kyle. This is lore. Okay, we should. This
Missed
is
out.
Triggering my OCD.
It was good. Okay. Actually, so we're gonna pass on these guys. Let's just try an Emulsia. It might be easy, but we're gonna just try giving you a bruiser to fight. Go ahead and pop him out of the sheet over there. We'll use the official
Emulsia.
the official business. And
Which
we'll also
is just a 30 Emulsia bruiser.
Yep, just a 30 Emulsia bruiser. And we'll go ahead and use this as well. Official. So you're you're approaching the cave. So I'll put you on that side. Yeah, you're just gonna fight one.
Yeah, we'll line it up for viewers' sake, and we can.
All right.
I can't read on an angle, but I can play on an angle. All right, so we'll do that. And then where were the player?
We popped out a couple of them, but they should all be over by you still. Because we're not going to need any of these for this encounter.
Making noise.
And we're just going to stumble through a basic fight. Here's your warrior.
There we go.
DM'd FF-themed Pathfinder a few years ago and gave my players a deep-rooted fear of tonberries with one encounter. Cheers for Mantra Trauma. Exactly. It's extremely powerful.
Okay.
It's called Backstory.
Oh, you have companions. There must be a chocobo mechanic.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. That's cute. Okay, here. Let's see. Do you need any abilities?
No. This is
very basic combat?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm assuming I want to do 20 and probably the rest of the red die. Or no, blue. Sorry.
And we never really figured out what was happening, but
There are only 2 blue?
I'm assuming I'm these.
Oh,
Blue.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I guess damage has the most d6, which makes sense. Sorry. There's way more d6 for damage
Oh, because
than there are for...
wait a minute.
Thanks.
No, wait, hang on.
Well, wait, no. Oh, because there's 2
But there's
2
yes,
DPS.
exactly.
So everyone has the same number of
so
d6.
these are mine, as far as we know.
Hiding over here was a second d20.
Okay, perfect.
So that's for 2 DPS. All right.
All right,
There
so
you
we're
go.
gonna stumble through this along with probably the use of our encounter list. Could you hand me the back of the? Oh, actually, I can just use. Can you hand me the back of a character, so I can see one as well? So any of those, like the sheets you're gonna have for warrior, you have your character sheet, and then you have your kind of rule sheet. Oh, sorry, no, the actual sheets.
Oh.
Like the
Oh, here's my warrior strategy guide.
portrait.
My level 30 go.
40, 30. Here we go. I can use this.
Shuffling too many things. There we go. 30. Black Mage Dragoon. Delightful. Okay, Kyle. I want to romance the Emulsia.
Oh, well, roll strength. Definitely a strength check.
That's
He's an Amalja Bruiser. That's what he's into.
How do you roll a strength
You gotta
check?
flex it.
It just says +4.
Yeah, so roll
But
it.
do I use a D6
D20?
or
Yep.
D20?
D20
Okay.
for all checks.
Do you have a threshold I have to beat?
Um,
I want this to be legit, Kyle.
my mind is 0, but my strength, I think I would. I don't know. Let's see if you beat my mind first, and then I'm gonna counter roll.
So I'm running a mind check
No, you're doing a strength check.
against your mind.
Yes.
Okay.
To see if I'm seduced by this action.
5 + 4.
Oh wow. Oh no,
Oh.
I'm not into you.
Got owned
Well, I just love Ifrit so much. I'm so in love
by
with
the
Ifrit.
power of tempering. Okay. All right. Are you hot enough to break their brain? Nope. Apparently not. Critical fail.
I'm going to read this and attempt to adjust it in real time for numbers here. South Cave entrance. You follow the trail of displaced rocks downstream, but pause when the cave entrance comes into view. Before you stands a man dressed in the garb of a merchant, conversing with an Amalja warrior. A hood hides the man's face from view, and you're too far away to overhear what's being said. A few moments after, he parts ways. Man walks off east, while the Amalja disappears into the cave. Apparently there's some stuff where you can follow the man, see what he's up to. When the party enters the cave, which is where we are now, the river remains shallow inside the cave, and the only sounds you hear as you make way inside are a faint splish-splash of water. Suddenly, one Amalja jumps out in front of you in the dark.
Roar, I'm not attracted to you.
Only one of them has weapons.
You're adjusting.
It basically goes
Kyle's
on to say,
adjusting.
like, there's 2 spellcasters. Enemy tactics. Oh, cool. All right, so now we are going to go to the roles summary. Encounter basics. Encounter is a series of rounds. Each round, all players participate in the encounter. Start of encounter. Surprise. The GM determines whether the characters are surprised. I have a vigilance of 10. What is your vigilance?
11.
No one is surprised.
Get wrecked.
If anything, I'm slightly surprised. I don't think that's a thing. Positioning, the GM determines where you're positioned. So you can position yourself anywhere in the starting box here.
Which is a 2x4.
Yeah, sort of demonstrated.
Yep.
That
I
looks
I
there.
like where I'm at.
Cool. The players determine the order of which the adventurer and allies take their turns. Okay.
Cool.
Only one player, but that's cool. Round overview. Adventure step. Each adventurer and their allied characters participate in the encounter, taking turns following their turn order. And then we go into enemy step. So you'd be up first.
So, how does you know what I don't already know? How does movement work? Do I move one
Adventure
space at a
turns,
time?
right here. If you want to go ahead and read that.
backside? All right. Each turn, an adventurer can perform one of each of the following: a primary action, a secondary action, standard movement, or focus. Not both. Primary action uses a primary. Okay, that makes sense. Secondary action, self-explanatory. Standard movement: move a number of squares on the map up to your character's speed. My speed is 5 squares.
Perfect.
Jesus, that's like the whole map.
Most of the map, yeah.
Most of the map. Example: an adventurer with a speed of 5 squares. Hey, thank you for this. Oh, I am on the warriors. That makes sense. Could move 2 squares, perform a primary action, move 1 square, perform a secondary action, then use the last 2 squares of their standard movement to move again before ending their turn. Nice. Okay. All right. Focus, which you can do instead of movement. Forgo all standard movements to perform an additional secondary action for a total of 2 secondary actions in a single turn. So anyone can be a black mage and just do a bunch of bullshit if they want.
Yeah,
and
that's
not
cool.
move. Instant abilities. Instant abilities may be used during any character's turn, providing their trigger conditions are met. However, a character cannot use multiple instant abilities on a given turn. Okay. All right.
While you're reading that, I looked up if there are auto attacks or any sort of standard attack. No, you must use an ability. So if you have done a poor job playing Black Mage, you're going to have to spend your turn getting some mana back somehow.
All right, Kyle, so it's my turn.
Yep.
I use an ability called Splunge and close the gap.
Perfect.
And then I guess, so I can use a primary ability? I can use a primary action. So I can start with warrior combo. Or I can overpower, or I can tomahawk. So overpower appears to be a cleave of some sort. 5x5 area centered on this character. Oh, it's like a spin. It's like a whirlwind. That's huge. 5x5 area centered on this character. Target all enemies within range. That seems insane. Right?
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, that's big. I mean,
Check.
for this map.
The check is strength D20 plus 4 against the target's defense. Tomahawk. Single. The range is 5 squares, so you can throw a tomahawk, I guess. D20 plus 4. Warrior combo. Range 1 square. D20 plus 4. Target's defense. Base effect deals 2 damage. Inflicts. Okay. 2 damage. Everything does 2 damage. But direct hits appear to differ. Let's go with the standard heavy swing plus maim warrior combo. Which target single. Range 1 square. That's what we're doing right now. Check is strength D20. Plus 4. Against the target's defense. Are you ready to... Do you know what your target's defense is?
I do.
Okay. Well, I'm going to roll this D20. I'm going to try and keep it in view. I rolled a 4, which is an 8 because of the plus 4.
Cool. So that is not a direct hit.
Okay. So that is just a normal hit. So that's 2 damage. And inflicts enmity, which we're not worried about right now because it's a single... It's a one-on-one. It's an honorable duel.
An honorable duel.
I call that unmend. Thank you for translating this into Dark Knight for me, Lukey. I appreciate it.
So I have that. Oh, you have secondary ability. So we choose a secondary ability.
Yes. Rocket till the wheels fall off. Take a seat. Because I can just do this, and then we can like start.
Ooh, oh yeah, you can really
Rolling.
throw it in their dice box.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I can just kind of bring it over. Or I could go wide, but then you're not going to be able to see things as much. If we could widen. Yeah,
You know, that
honestly,
looks
that's
good
not too
right
bad.
now.
That's not too bad. We'll do that. We will do that. Okay. So, all right, Kyle. Okay, how you feeling? So what? Okay, so then I can also secondary ability, and then standard movement or focus. Okay. So is it all my turn, or does it go back and forth? Do I declare a primary action, secondary action, and declare my movement done or whatever?
It said you could divide up movement however you want. So you are doing your primary action, you're onto your secondary action.
Well, I'm a meathead, so I'm gonna, as my secondary action, I'm going to Rampart,
Sweet.
which reduces the damage I take from all abilities by 2 until the start of my next turn. And then I will not move, because Unga Bunga.
Oh, you already moved. You went 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you went
Yeah,
4, so you'd have 1 left.
I'd have 1 left, yeah.
I was desperately trying to find if there's any attacks of opportunity, any flanking in this, but I can't see anything along those lines. I don't think that's the case because enmity is kind of taking the place of forced movement
Gotcha.
in a lot of these cases. But if anyone knows otherwise, please let me know. Otherwise, I will begin to devastate.
Can I also use an instant ability? Because what it says is they may be used during any character's turn, provided their triggers conditions are met. Oh, okay. What's the trigger?
Oh, so yeah, you
here's
got-
like your flanking and stuff then. 'cause
Sure,
there's
the
triggers.
once per phase stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Rip it.
Immediately before an ability used by an enemy within 2 squares is resolved, you can cast Reprisal. So is that like a counter spell in Magic? Do I wait for the enemy to do something and then I could cast Reprisal?
Yes, as long as there
Okay.
is conditions being met.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget your combo action. Yeah, how does that work? Does combo always happen even if it's not a direct hit? Because here on Heavy Swing plus Maim, I guess so, because it just says combo. It doesn't tell me I have to do that. Okay, so I also get to roll a d6.
Well, that'd be the direct hit.
Oh,
Otherwise,
no.
you're just doing 2 damage.
So that is, oh, combo. Storm's Path. Here we go. Another d20. versus the target's defense. Base effect deals 2 damage. And potentially restores HP. That would be not all that necessary right now because I'm full health, but how did we know I went first and not the monster, by the way?
Because adventurers always go first.
Oh, okay.
It seems.
All right, so should roll another d20.
Which makes sense with Final Fantasy because...
Oh!
Nice. That would be a direct hit.
All right, that so direct hit, I get to roll a d6. Yes?
Yep, additional 1d6 damage.
1d6, okay. 5.
So 7 for that.
Okay, is he dead?
No, he's hardy, much like you. We're bruisering. We're bruisering is the key word here.
Players always go first unless surprised. I like that we have folks that have already played those.
A lot of people said, too, they were going to join us for the unboxing. Like, they have their own. They haven't gotten time to unbox. So a number of people are also pouring over the same stuff as us.
Post pictures in Discord, please.
So my Amalja Bruiser, Devastate. Let's see. If the tank has enemy on the character, that always attack the tank. And the Amalja Seeker, who we're not using. Single, range 1. Base of... So from my own... So we would want to use... Oh, he's got a little fist weapon in the picture here. He's got a little brass knuckle there going on. As well as a big old gauntlet on his other hand.
Okay.
So Devastate deals 4 damage to target, deals an additional d6. So I would roll 11 plus 4, 15.
Yes.
Question. What happens if I roll your number exactly? Because in 5th edition, that's a hit.
What is this going against? My defense?
Yeah, your defense.
Oh, that is my defense.
Yeah, so now we need to answer the next question.
I'm assuming that would be a hit.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Yeah, the classic AC question, actually. Yeah, it depends on edition, but...
I mean, you've got the guide there in your hand. Is it in the index? Like registering a hit?
Or I guess we would call it... It's defense, right, is the word?
Defense.
Defense. Yep. Player's Handbook 21.
Player's Handbook. Do you have it?
I got it here.
Here. Flip to it real fast. Defense represents your character's ability to withstand. Yep, this attribute is often used as the CR for ability checks an enemy makes when attacking your adventurer with a physical ability. That's all it says.
Cool. We got it right here on the character sheet. D20 plus value equals total. Total greater than or equal to success. Total less than failure.
There you go. So it's a hit. Okay.
That's a hit.
-2 because of Rampart. How much damage does it do?
Interesting. Yeah. So this is, again, I was always going to do 4 damage to you, but now I got a direct hit dealing 10 damage.
So 8 damage minus my tank ability.
Yep.
Okay. That's fun. I like that. Okay. This is feeling very pen and paper. I'm into it. So that brings my health down to, just for my own purposes, where's my health? 35 minus 8. Oh god, I got to do math live. I hate this.
It's easy math.
1 minus 10 would be 25, plus 2 would be 27, which is how my brain does math. Yep.
There are no HP bars in Final Fantasy XIV Tabletop, but oftentimes players will want to know if their enemy is faring well. When running your first game, you may find it helpful to let your players know when the enemy has reached a certain threshold, such as 50% HP or 10% HP. How you do this, however, is entirely up to you. For example, when an enemy falls to 50% HP, you can tell the player directly or relay the information in a more evocative manner. Example might be, the antling reels from your mighty blow, but quickly regains its footing, or the antling staggers backwards, greenish ichor dripping from countless wounds. Handling party defeat. Well, we'll cross that bridge if we get there.
Okie dokie then.
So back to you. I have completed my turn.
Jesse played a homebrew Seed of Sacrifice extreme. Oh, damn, UDR. Okay. Next time we talk to Jesse, or if he shows up during the stream, we'll just interview him in text form. Sorry, what's next? My turn again?
You're up, yeah.
Well, we're just kind of involved in Mortal Kombat here.
Double check, yeah. So for my movement, since there doesn't seem to be any attacks of opportunity or any reason not to, we'll kind of struggle about, and I'll be like coming over here and be like, raw.
Okay. All right. Is there anything saying I can't secondary action before a primary action?
You can absolutely secondary action before.
Okay.
Is my understanding.
Okay. Waiting for confirmation, mostly from Miko, who seems to know what's going on here. Judge.
Security.
Yeah, it's any order. Cool. Security. If we do another one of these and you do not wear a Borders security shirt, what are we doing with our lives?
I don't think I have it anymore.
I'll find one on eBay. I'm sure someone's talking.
Someone's probably still got it.
Okay. All right. End of this turn. Well, hell, for the fun of it, just to kind of see how things resolve, I'm going to move one space. I am going to secondary ability low blow you.
Oh, nice.
Base effect stuns the target until the end of this turn. Any character stunned by this ability cannot be stunned again during this encounter. And do you want to know what stun means?
I do. Does it say?
First off, it's an enfeeblement.
Okay.
And a stunned character cannot act during their turn or use instant abilities. And all markers for which they are the creator are removed. Characters receive 1 advantage die when making ability checks, targeting a stunned character. There's no check here, it just happens? Secondary abilities just resolve? Or do you have stun resistance?
Let's see. I was reading about if you can stun a boss or not. You can low blow to stun a boss just like you would any other enemy. However, some bosses have traits or other effects preventing them from being stunned.
Most bosses in the game itself cannot be stunned.
Yeah, exactly. It's always fun when there's those little stunnable bonuses about.
I'm assuming for a standard mob, you probably
it wouldn't make any sense for me to
in fact be stunned.
I don't see anything about it, so I'm just stunned.
All right, you're stunned. And then, hold on here. What's Tomahawk's range? 5 squares? And I have 4 range of movement left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that correct? Because I was here before. So I moved into low blow you. And I want to move my maximum of 5 squares. So I had 4 remaining. And I'm going to throw a tomahawk at your ass.
Cool. Nice and thematic.
You said honorable fight and you low blow them? Listen, what is honorable for my warrior is, that's my warrior, that's his character,
New question. Why do you have mana? What on here is costing you mana?
Why do I have mana?
You got 5 of it, and it's refreshing at the end of your turns.
I'm not seeing mana cost anywhere.
I mean, I guess warriors do have mana. They just don't really use it?
Yeah. I don't have any other character sheets in front of me. I don't know where they went. Do you have a white mage or something there? Black mage? Anything?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see that real fast.
You want to look and kind of see where it's located on the other abilities?
Yeah, see here, cost 1 MP. I'm not seeing cost anywhere on these abilities. Yeah. Only healers and magic uses MP, so having 5 MP is just...
It's kicking it there.
It's just, yeah. It's
no problem.
It's kicking.
Maybe someday you might need it for something.
All right, so I'm going to throw a tomahawk, which is a d20 plus 4 versus your defense.
Are you doing that because it's fun and thematic, or because...
Yeah, I'm just trying out.
Yeah, trying out other abilities, totally.
Yeah, just want to, it's a demo. You ever watch an E3 demo? No one knows how to play the game. They don't
making stuff up.
Max the shit. Yeah. That is a 6 plus 4, so we're at 10. I have a feeling that's not a direct hit.
Not a direct hit.
Okay. So base effect deals 2 damage. Okay, so you've taken 2 more damage. Mega, thanks for the super. When your favorite game is down, so you have to break out the analog version of the same game. I honestly wish I got the TTRPG, but I ordered it late. Yep. Looks like we missed a couple more here. Mid combat break here. Lukey said campaign Manderville. Everyone's a GM. It's chaos. I feel like with enough alcohol, that'd be fun. Fallen plays super. Be sure to play the Mass Effect mission failure theme when your Final Fantasy party wipes. Oh god.
Again next time.
Oh god. I unmuted it or unpaused the stream up in the corner, and it's all white and it's driving me a little nuts. Fallen plays super. Fight the ant with minimum eye level and silenced echo. Well, we're now doing a Malja. Did we remember? Is this min eye level?
Yes, this is
Okay,
30. You are synced. Your level synced.
Okay,
they made that clear in the rules.
I'm sunk to 30. I hope that's acceptable. Metallic Super DM'd an FF14 Pathfinder a few years ago and gave my players a deep-rooted fear of tonberries with just one encounter. Cheers for monster trauma.
Very important. It's
Well
called
played.
backstory.
Well played. Okay, so you're stunned. So you're basically skipping a turn, right?
Yeah, it sounds like you get advantage attacking me, but since it goes back to your turn, is your advantage gone? Because my stun is over?
I'm assuming.
Or do stun effects, the effects of said stun, wait until my next turn?
Characters receive one advantage die, one making ability checks targeting a stunned character. Yeah, so that wouldn't apply to the doing of this who stunned you. Unless... Oh, wait, would I have gotten an advantage die on my Tomahawk? Because how I sequenced my attacks.
Yes, you would have.
So what is an advantage die?
Another D20, see if you can get a direct hit.
Oh, interesting.
So you rolled the same one over, yeah.
Just try it again.
Yeah, see if you
12
plus
4
hit.
That's a direct hit.
Yeah. So throw on your extra D6. I assume for a tomahawk.
Tomahawk. Direct hit deals additional 1d6 damage. 6.
Nice.
So just
That 8.
Yeah. Okay. Tomahawk should have had advantage. Okay, there we are.
So now the question is, at the start of your turn now, do you have advantage again? Because I'm stunned
No.
till the end of your turn.
Well, it's only when you're stunned, and stunned ends at the end of a turn. So.
An end of my turn? Yeah.
The turn.
The adventurer's turn. Because obviously if you stun, you want other people to participate in the stun hit. It wouldn't just be for you.
Yes, but it wouldn't matter because the whole point is taking that particular enemy out of combat for that turn.
Yeah. So it fades off me when I've missed my turn.
Right?
I declare missed turn, checkbox. The end of the
We
player's
literally
turn.
have two messages back to back contradicting each other.
Well, I mean, that's understandable. Like, that happens sometimes. And we're like, oh no, can we get an answer? I think this is one of those situations where we're like, oh yeah, no, well, all of us don't know. So let's find out, shall we? Stunning, low blow. Are markers removed when I low blow? Nope, that's not it. Let's look up stunned in the player's handbook. Do you got that in range? Page 34.
Let's learn. It's 33. Numbers are hard. Stun. A stunned character cannot act during their turn or use instant abilities. Okay. So yeah, no, you don't get to make a turn on this character this turn.
At all. Yep.
Any and all markers for which that stunned character created are removed. We already knew that. Characters receive one advantage die when making. We knew that. A stunned character incurs a -5 penalty on all checks. Why would you have a check if you can't act?
I guess if you stun the kid in the scenario, right? Like, what?
That's interesting.
For role-playing purposes, I'm not really sure what other checks I would even make. But, you know, probably role-playing purposes.
Yeah. The stunned enfeeblement can only be removed via the means in the description of the effect that inflicted it. It cannot be removed by effects that remove enfeeblements. But again, if the base rule, the first rule of stun is the character cannot act during their turn.
Stun the target until the end of this turn.
Which would be the player's turn, so I understand the confusion here, but if the first rule of stun is you cannot act on your turn, that is actually confusing.
End of round step.
Turn is round.
Okay, so my turn. So it's gone for the start of your turn.
You want to try your delivery of that again?
Why?
My turn.
My turn. Oh, I see. I see. The branding needed work. Cool. All right, so it's your turn. I'm stunned for my whole turn. You no longer have advantage.
Yeah, my assumption, because imagine this was a multi-mob fight. That one dude stunned can't act, but everyone else is acting and taking turns and shit.
Now, of course, if we weren't online in front of people, I would just be like, I'm at maximum confidence. I know exactly what this means. It's your turn, but I'm not stunned. So that's how I shall proceed.
Delightful.
So take another turn, warrior.
As you say that.
Imagine the monster manual just has like Hades in it and just everything. That'd be so kick-ass.
Oh, shit.
Like all the raid mechanics.
Yeah, but if you're like not the warrior light, would you even fight Hades?
Would you all allow it in an extreme? If I could use the tabletop RPG book? Because we haven't done, for instance, like Suzaku. So if they come out with the Stormblood expansion, monster manual, and it says the ability names, can I use that in extreme book to deduce mechanics?
That would be fantastic. I would be super into that. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4 re-engage you. And let's I'm going to activate Berserk. Your abilities deal an additional 2 damage until the end of turn. That's a secondary ability. I can use this 3 times per phase.
Nice.
And I'm going to... I mean, what if I not tried Overpower? Doesn't really matter because it's like a multi... I mean, if I'm trying to kill you, doing the combo would be better.
Yeah, I'd say just do the combo.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the combo again.
You already got me at 17 here.
Roll a d20. We'll start from there. You're not stunned anymore, so I no longer have advantage.
Yep.
2! I think I'm boned on that.
No, but you do hit automatically to some degree.
Well, yeah, so that's... It's going to be 2 damage on you.
Dive right into Storm's Path.
Okay, and then that's going to be another d20. 17 plus 4, so a dirty 21.
Direct hit.
Okay, which deals an additional 1d6 of damage, so 4.
Yeah, have you been adding your 2? Because that original hit was 4 because you are currently berserking.
Oh,
and then
shit,
you had
you're
6
right.
there, so you're at 10. 10 damage there, so 27 total. Nice.
You still alive?
Still going.
Okay, all right. I'm also got health.
But that is pretty badass. You just like charge me, slam me up against the rocks.
Wait, did one of us say induce mechanics? Ryan K doesn't like the phrasing of that. You also heal. That's right. But have I taken damage? Yes. Yes, I restore 2 HP. So I actually plus 2 here to 29.
Where'd you get heal from?
The combo Storm's Path restores 2 HP.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so that just happened.
Just warrior things, buddy.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That really reminds me of Strahd in the D&D board game, where you're self-sustaining. So you're kind of taking on your own role. I guess because there might be a chance you actually don't have a healer, so they would need to do that. Nice.
Yes. Right. Oh yeah, don't pay attention to this stuff. That has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh no, yeah, that's not important. Pay no attention.
We're blue in here. I blew myself.
Slam me up against the rock, so I'm gonna try to do the same, kind of grab you on the shoulders, give you a little hurrah. See if I can get that devastate in. Going for it. 15 plus 4, 19.
That's got to be a hit or a
That's
direct
only
hit.
1. Yep. So we're gonna be 5 damage to you.
So minus 5. So what's that? 24. Okay.
Back to, these are really quick rounds.
You
I
don't have
like
any
it.
like. Well, we're literally
only
dealing with only
but
2.
But like having only 2 dice, and then I don't have to dig. Like the amount of time you're cutting out by not digging for additional type of dice is real big. I want to give you a limit break just to see what happens. Player's Handbook 15.
Please, class, open up your player's handbook and go to page 15.
Find out how you limit break, children.
Page 15. You serious? I'm looking at a bunch of faces. You sure about that page number?
Maybe they are limit breaking in the comic here. Limit break. Let's try the secondary number here. 32. So they probably limit break in the comic there.
Limit breaks. Ahem. Limit breaks are special abilities that can be used in encounters of great importance and when fighting powerful enemies. Whether or not limit breaks are available for use depends on the scenario and the GM's discretion. The GM will inform players at the start of the turn, round, or phase in which they become available. A party of adventurers can use up to 3 limit breaks per encounter. However, an adventurer who has used a limit break once in an encounter cannot do so again during the same encounter. Limit breaks have triggers listed in their descriptions and can be used when those conditions are met, even if it is not the adventurer's turn. They are not classified as instant abilities, and as such, can be used even if the adventurer has already used an instant ability this turn. Limit breaks, whose trigger is listed as any time, can also be used to interrupt the resolution of another ability or a marker's effect. So these are powerful.
But they're like inspiration, I guess somewhere in the combat, it'll be like, preparing for counter phase 2, pass out limit breaks to everybody.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. Limit breaks who trigger... For example, say a powerful enemy targets a wounded ally with an ability. After the dice roll to determine the amount of damage its effect inflicts before the ability's effect is resolved, a white mage uses their limit break, Pulse of Life. This limit break heals the targeted ally, giving them enough HP to weather their enemy's fearsome blow. So it's how you can kind of affect real-time combat. That's cool. That's freaking cool. Do I have a limit break?
You do at the top there, but it looks like it is a defensive one for an ally.
Oh.
Immediately before one or more allied adventurers take damage, makes you the sole target of all damage inflicted.
Let's Guild Wars 1 this. I'm going to say I'm a warrior dragoon.
Yeah, rip a dragoon. You know, it's the Shadowbringers opening cinematic. You're just changing jobs, you know, no big deal. Yeah,
I thought you were going to limit break. Do enemies not have limit breaks?
Not my Emulsia Bruiser, I can tell you that much.
We're being guest visited by Estinian, who uses Dragon Song Dive.
He just jumps in the side there, gonna throw a limit break
Base
in.
effect deals 6d6 damage to the target, then move to an empty square adjacent to the target if one is available. This ability can be used to evade enemy attacks.
Is it? And that's an instant? What's the trigger?
Trigger anytime.
Answers my question.
I see your concern,
I see, yes.
and I slap it away with the words any and time.
Very well, sir.
Part-time.
Part-time.
That's a ridiculous amount of D6s. Do you just like have to borrow everybody's D6s?
I guess in this scenario, I could pour out my massive bag of dice, but
staggering amount of die.
Everyone pass yours in.
Everyone pass yours in. So for the fun of this, it's like, that's so much math to do.
Well,
Did I read that correctly?
Part of the fun.
Deals 66.
Yeah, you got it.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
20. Nice.
And then the Justinian farts off. He's got expensive things to buy.
Yeah, he does several flips and leaves. Face down. Oh my god, he turned into a Garlean soldier on the back end. Oh my, whoa, he glamored. Oh my god, he turned into a Garlean soldier. This story's getting really interesting.
What a twist. I didn't see that coming.
Why are the Garleans pretending to be Emulsia Bruisers?
Jesse Cox probably cooked that one, though. Probably saw that one coming.
I want to find... Now I just want to see what a limit break looks like in the text here. Because we got like our Magitech Scorpion. This is like our big boss battle in this book right now.
Okay.
And it's all about its attacks.
How much health is a Magitech Scorpion?
And let's see. Magitech Scorpion. Is it? The cohorts. Magitech Scorpion has 220 health.
Okay. All right. So 66 are actually, it's actually in that scenario, not that's not going to just win the fight.
So let's take a look at our scaling here. Wow. So at level 50, you do 3 damage instead of 2. though your direct hits deal 2d6. So
God.
there's some scaling in the game. Like 5th edition D&D has very little scaling, which is what makes it work in some scenarios. 5th edition's great for like army play because at level 1 you could fight a skeletal warrior, and then at level 20 you can fight 20 skeletal warriors, and basically everything is well balanced in that scenario.
Is our Amalja dead, by the way?
Oh yeah, he died and turned into a Garlean warrior. It was super weird.
Super death. Turns out it was like Ace Ventura in 2. He was inside a fake Amalja piloting it.
Yes, and
So now a Garlean warrior came out of the butt of the Amalja. Yeah, it was clearly by design. Fallen Place, thanks for the super. Another campaign idea, Kyle. Get ready to judge. Your party are full of Amalja siblings hunting the warrior that tomahawked your father to death in the family cave. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
All right, y'all at home following along in your books, can you find any examples for me where the limit break is suggested? Because I see encounter 2 here, transitioning to phase 2. And there's even lines, warning, this unit will self-destruct. Like, there's a whole business. But I just don't see where you hand out a limit break. The top of the suite phase change, right? And maybe that's it. Maybe it's tied to phase changes and we need to look up phase change rules.
It says depends on the scenario or the GM's discretion. So you can't just be like, they're on.
Yeah.
But is there any point in, just for curiosity of the pre-made adventures here, is there anywhere in the book where it
Does
just
it
says
declare officially?
LBs are here, bro? Phase transition is the final fight of that 3rd scenario.
Transition to phase 2. Encounter data.
Are you in the 3rd scenario?
I am.
Okay. Want to hand it to the reading eye human?
Look at that. It literally says cutscene, and then you're supposed to read stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
my word.
Yeah, have at that.
And give it the old... But this is phase 2. Aren't we talking about phase 3 here?
Is this phase 3?
This is phase 2. I'm not seeing phase 3. This is to be continued.
Awesome. Thank you, Fishbones.
Oh, Fishbone's finally on the page. Okay. What's going on here? Were you in the wrong?
I just had that on the soundboard.
Yeah. Is scenario 3.
First LB is page 27. Nice.
The first LB?
This looks like there's likely an LB available in the first scenario.
At this point in the scenario, the adventurers can use their limit breaks.
Oh, so it's plain text.
Plain
okay.
text, yeah. Yeah.
So you basically are passing out a token they'll be able to use in that scenario. So total, I had you at 24 health or 24 damage by the end there? Or were you minusing off health?
I started at 35. I ended at 24.
Okay, so a decent little threat, but nothing too sweaty.
I mean, with the actual scenario is what, like 7 Amalja?
Yes, but a party of 4, rocking it.
So even for our demo here, like probably could have been 2 or 3 Amalja and been fine.
Well, particularly with that spin you have and the size of it, like does the spin give enmity?
Everything gives enmity on the warrior, like literally everything, which makes sense. That's exactly how the game works. Overpower inflicts enmity on all targets, so it's an AoE enmity, which is like AoE attacks in the game itself when you're tanking.
Treat any roll of 1 when determined damage as if they were 2s. Cool. Surging Tempest.
My superpower of choice, IRL Control F. Oh shit, Peepad, I would be into that. Second LB is page 44. So this is something you would have picked up on when you were studying ahead of preparing to be the... Ah, here it is. Again, plain text. Right here.
Okay.
A simple sentence. Focus. At this point in the scenario, the adventurers can use their limit breaks. Make sure to inform the players of this now. So you have to let them know because they don't know. You could have a soundboard that plays the limit break sound.
Exactly.
Like a pip filling up. That'd be great. Reporting back to Raubon. That's why you have a Raubon token. So you got to go hand in your quest.
All right, yep.
Adventurer. It's good to see you here. I'm glad you have made it.
As you can see, I still have both my arms.
It's very lovely to find the killer monster. Allow us to take his body back to Gridania for nourishment of the trees. We don't eat them. We just
do.
We bury them. It's fine.
Jesus
All right, I have one final request. Let's read the comic.
Oh, good God. That player? That was player book.
That was player book.
How do you foresee this happening? Because it's quite small.
Well, we can zoom in one phase. There it is. We can also zoom in using your computer. We could cut this since I made a lot of requests recently, so you can veto this. You know, people can get the vibe. People can get the vibe. You don't have to.
Yes.
We can vibe check it.
Yes! I totally can zoom in. Easily and with great quality.
Here, allow me to zoom in right here. That's about the general zone. Use your cut tool. Where you hold the use cut. What was it? Hold Alt? Yes, crop.
No such thing as cutting
Well, you know.
in a streaming software.
Crop it. Give me those crops. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Alright.
All right.
Okay.
Who are you gonna play? I'll play as the DM. Who's the DM? GM, excuse me. Branding is very important. And then we'll divide the other two. Wait, what?
Oh God, gonna die.
What? All this is just a different like scenario. So the comic isn't this. This is a whole different thing.
Preparing for the game. Hey, hi. Morning. A group of friends gathered to play the 14 TTRPG. Well, you're the game master. Get on it.
As the GM, I'll
Wait.
be right. What?
You're missing entire dialogue.
No, don't you go up top and then you go down?
No, manga reader. This was made for a U.S. audience.
No, when you read comics, you always work top to bottom, right? Is that not the rule on comics? I guess she does talk there. Okay, so we're reading. It doesn't make sense that we would read this next.
So, Kyle, this is printed for a U.S. audience, and the cover is on the left hinge side.
Okay, fair enough.
So you would lead left to right.
All right.
Here you would go top to bottom because it's a double bubble.
But that's how words work. Now that we're all five of us are here, let's get things started. As the GM, I'll be running the game.
And we're the adventurers.
Yeah.
We have 4 pre-made adventurer sheets, so let's each pick one.
Mind if I be the black mage?
All yours. Guess I'll play the warrior.
I think I'll give Dragoon a try.
Which makes me the white mage.
There's a picture of
I think that's me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I can't. What are the characters? There's also a face in the bubble. So
Who's that? Oh, it's supposed to be the white mage. That's like the white mage represented in their mind's eye.
There's a picture of a Lalafell on my sheet. Is this what my character looks like?
Only if you want them to. Your name, race, gender, and age is up to you. You could look like any one of us, for instance. And this is ooh.
Endless possibility.
This is my favorite SpongeBob jokes, like enhanced drawings when you have like a style going and then you do something.
Handsome Squidward.
Old Calvin and Hobbes, man, when he would do adult Calvin and Susie,
No, I don't
like
remember
playing
that.
house.
Don't remember
and
that.
he would draw like really heavy definition noir looks
do not
for them.
remember that.
Oh, so good.
It's been a bit since I've looked at a Calvin.
Oh, I gave my son all my Calvin and Hobbes recently. He
Oh, hell
loves
yeah.
them.
Nice. All right, GM, you're next.
Oh, excuse me. Next, I suggest you come up with a background for your characters. This will help you bring them to life.
Deciding how our characters should or know each other could be helpful. Old friends, hired hand. Oh, it's a debt. Okay, this all makes sense.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You don't need to decide everything now. There's plenty of time to work out your backstory as you play. Oopsies. Making checks. The party ventures into the Black Shroud on a quest.
Look over there. That carriage is taking a tumble.
Ho there, adventurers! I could use a hand if you're willing.
Of course. What do we do now? Glad you. Or sorry, that's you.
Glad you asked. You'll need to roll a d20 and add your strength to make a check.
D20 is a 20-sided die, and it looks like, oh my god.
Perfect. Exact strength, eh? Let's see here. Looks like mine is 4.
D plus value.
After Kyle completely blocks my view of the cell. After adding my strength, my total's 22. I've seen Kyle talk like this. He actually holds up a finger like Alice said.
Oh, and this is the shopkeep too.
As the check of 15, you succeed. You lift the chocobo cart and
Carriage and set it gently on the road.
Oh wait, now I'm confused. Do I go here or do I come back?
No, it looks like we've got like this is a split scenario. It's
Outcome
an
number
example.
2,
Yeah.
failure. My strength is 1, which makes my total 10.
you tip the carriage back onto its wheels, but your clumsy efforts leave it broken and in need of repair.
So success or failure all hinges on the outcome of this check. If our total equals or exceeds the check's CR, we succeed, otherwise we fail. Boy, this would have been helpful to read before we started playing. This is like the damn tutorials videos that they make.
I love it. Operation.
Opposition.
Checks. Oh, excuse me. Checks, penalties, and advantage dies. The party is pursuit of a fleeing woman.
Wait. How are we supposed to catch her?
That's my cue. When 2 characters take conflicting actions, you make an opposition check. The situation calls for an opposition check using Dext. Value.
Yep. So we roll d20s at our decks, and if we beat her total, we succeed?
Not so fast. You also have to account for the advantage dice and penalties.
Advantage dice. Smacks camera. For every advantage die you have, you get to roll an additional d20 and pick which one to use for the check. Is this me? Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Penalties. And when you've got a penalty, you subtract it from your total for that check. Yes, that's how these games are played. I use my jump to give myself the upper hand when using the advantage die to roll 2 d20s. And then you're doing math.
I got a total of 9.
Dreading my dex, I have a total of 18, which means I catch up.
Dragon succeeds. Incidentally, you return to your original position after using jump.
Well, there it is. Warner, job, warrior, race, cure. These drawings are so adorable.
Encounter.
Do encounters. Oh, dude, look at the toad. Look at him. This is going to get messy. 2 arms, everybody. Right. So what happens now? This is the most Kyle shit I've ever seen.
Croak, it's time to set up the encounter. First, I'll determine whether anyone is caught by the surprise. Since both sides were ready for the fight, no one is surprised.
If you're surprised you can't act during the first round, that means you're totally open to enemy attacks. Totally! More like Toad-Ollie. You're not monitoring anymore. I did.
No, I figured it was a. I thought you went with the sad trombone.
Nah.
Okay.
Drasoini, did you write this? Did you write this, Drasoini?
They know what people like.
Drasoini's laughing
Yep.
in all caps. Yep. We adventurers get to choose from the squares in the starting area.
Next, we determine the starting position of the enemy map.
Ribbit. You're still.
Finally, choose your turn order. You'll take your turns in the order of the duration of the encounter.
Turn order. Enemies take their turns after the party.
Oh, excuse me. Before we move on, I should probably remind you that every adventurer has one of 3 roles. Tank, DPS, and healer. Protects the party, the tank. DPS, damages the party foes. Healer, mends the party wounds. That's Whitley. She's a white mage, Lalafell.
Yes.
You're still going.
Oh, he's still a frog.
Yeah. No, that was a directive.
Okay.
On your turn, you can perform one primary action and one secondary action. You can also move up to your speed.
Since I'm the tank, I need to inflict enmity pronto.
Sweet.
So for my main action, I use Tomahawk.
Make an ability check to see if the tomahawk scores a direct hit. If the total exceeds or equals or exceeds the ability score, direct hit.
My total's the same as the Gigantoad's defense.
That's a direct hit. So go ahead and resolve Tomahawk's base and direct hit effects.
This is kind of cringy, but it would have answered a question for us.
We
if
actually would have read this ahead of time. That would have been smart of us.
Yeah. My attack deals 1d6 plus 2 damage and inflicts enmity.
Very nice. Remember, even if you don't get a direct hit, you could still get to resolve the ability's base effect.
Yep. Okay, we got that. We understand that bit. All right. That was just my primary action. I still have my secondary action left. I'll use Rampart to reduce the damage I take my next turn. This is just straight up what we did.
Got it. In case you were wondering, abilities like Rampart don't require an ability check.
Time for us DPS to get to work. We'll use our abilities to fell our foes.
Let's get to it.
Let me think. Magic abilities require you to spend MP to use them. I'll need to take care that I don't run out. Look, that villager is injured as the party's healer. I can tend to their wounds.
Enemies get to act once the adventurers finish their turns. When they're done, the round ends and a new round begins.
Oh, nice little graphic there of Adventure Step. Blaze.
And the monster machine.
Need a light. Here's a Storm reference for the three of you that still play.
Criticals and limit breaks. Encounter.
Now they're out of game. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
I can just jump. You're done for Toad.
Critical.
A critical doubles the dice I roll to deal damage, which means I deal 8d6 plus 3 damage. Croak. That's you.
Oh, wow.
What?
Wait, why is he doing 8D? Oh, because jump. What was jump? That's a lot of damage. Oh, jump does deal 2d6, an additional 2d6 if you direct hit. So a crit is direct hit doubled. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Okay.
I'm out of HP, which usually means the encounter is over, but not this time. Time for second phase. Power up.
Isn't even my final form.
Croak.
Yikes! Fortunately, that also means abilities with limited uses per phase refresh, so we can use them again. This party has exceptional knowledge of the game they just started playing.
Yeah, they sure are learned.
Yeah. That's not all. The GM said we can use limit breaks now. Toad.
One last word of advice. Don't forget about your instant abilities.
We can use them to interrupt other characters' turns, right? Such as...
This time, you'll be the ones to croak.
Not so fast. I use Reprisal to reduce the damage. I'll use an instant to do the same. As will I.
Duty complete.
Now it's your turn. Now we have to say it together. 1, 2, 3, go.
Wait, what? Oh.
Adventure
awaits. I have regretted letting you make decisions 2 days in a row.
Okay, that would have actually been. I learned a lot.
That would have actually been helpful.
This would have actually been helpful.
Actually helpful.
Wow.
Actually helpful. It feels like when we did Joe Crap guides, because I'm just like, I learned things.
Yep, I learned things today.
I thought this was a joke, but it actually taught me things.
I learned things today.
Oh my God. Exciser said, Kyle, as a stepdad to 2 wonderful kids, I love that you're sharing Calvin and Hobbes with yours.
Hell yeah.
And finished it with, I really need to resize some things here. Let's hold up. Wait. Nope, not big enough. There we go. The fond memories of those books.
Me too.
My windows are having trouble here.
Encouraging reading.
Yeah. This seems solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stand by the thoughts during this that were that it's it's not horrendously shallow.
Listen.
I would not pander on this stuff. DMing, GMing is so much damn work. I really like the system. That's my review. I really like it. I think it's really solid. I think it moves fast. I think reducing the types of dice is a really good call. Complexity is pretty high for players, so I don't think that's going to add much. Like, oh, less types of dice is going to help players not be confused. No. There's more than enough going on, but the GM's turn is going to be wicked fast in terms of mobs. Bosses, there is going to be, like, problems of, like, hey, everybody, time for the stack. Oh crap, we gotta pick. Okay, but you get the wait, was Rob on? Where was Rob on? Like, there's always gonna be kind of those issues.
Yeah,
but eventually you'd probably I would upgrade this to pipe cleaners. So you get
what?
Pipe cleaners, you know?
No, I know what a pipe cleaner is. Fill in the rest of the information.
So you get a pipe cleaner, you bend it, you give it a little twist, and now you have a square. And you have a square made of pipe cleaners, and you can just hover it right on in, and you wouldn't disturb any of the miniatures because you just drop it over.
I see what you're saying.
So it's same thing with, I don't think I have any anymore, but like I made little pipe cleaners.
I would want it to be on a raised platform printed on translucent plastic. So you still get the visual, because I know this visual from the game, so I would want the visual.
Yeah, if you could get the actual, like a little wire going and then the down arrows as well for the multi-hit. I don't have any with me, but
corner markers were in the sheet. That's what those were.
Oh, the corner markers. Those would work. Yeah, those were in the pop-outs.
That's what the corner markers were.
Well, another thing you do, wrap a pipe cleaner around your finger and make a little ring out of it, and then you can just hang it off.
Oh, they literally have, like, that's the AoE symbol. I don't see one for a stack symbol.
What about that guy on the other side?
Just blank. And then it's blue.
Oh, that's blue. Oh, that must be for some particular encounter.
Yeah.
In there. But you could absolutely use those.
Where's the fun in that? That I don't get to make my own thing.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, it'd be fun to make your own thing. And then, like, enmity markers and stuff like that. Like, that is not a critique on the game. That's what I would do to organize the play a bit.
I've almost never played tabletop with any sort of props. Usually we've just kind of been in the theater of our mind.
Theater of mind's good. Theater of the mind is extremely good for Star Wars.
Yes.
Because the way the dice work in that system encourages it.
Is there a limit cut? Oh, God.
Not yet.
No, but Kyle's going to design one now.
We certainly could make a diamond weapon. I mean, once the rules are out in the air, I expect a lot of bosses to be translated to it.
Oh, my God. Oh. I was kind of, a thing that is, there was a blanket thrown on me. I was curious to see if this would be doable with friends over the internet, and I think it would be quite difficult because of the grid-based system unless we put it into a virtual system.
Yeah, you need a virtual tabletop.
Yeah.
This is an MMO. This is 4th edition.
Yeah.
And you're
like, if we wanted to call up some of our internet friends and do a scenario.
You're going to need a map.
Yeah.
Not bad. I like Shmeppy is my favorite digital map. It's very, very simple, like, grid draw system. It's pretty expensive for what you do with it.
I have only done an online system once, and it was for that time, I guess, that on There Will Be Dungeons.
That was Shmeppy.
Okay,
so
well, there you go.
Shmeppy.
I don't really remember it.
But there's Panda, there's Tabletop Simulator, there's Fantasy Grounds. There's a lot of them. Fantasy Grounds and stuff like that is more powerful when you have a pre-made scenario already loaded into the game. Like, you buy the scenario through Fantasy Grounds, and then that is auto-installed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm aware of Tabletop Simulator. I've heard of a lot of these tools. I just haven't used them.
Roll20 is good.
I've used Roll20 a ton to spin up characters, not to actually play. Now I want homebrew. Imagine an encounter where you have to face an evil blue mage, and when he's about to die, he uses self-destruct. If he dies, he takes you with him. That better be the final encounter.
I mean,
just in case.
I mean, there's lots of room. Like, obviously, this is only 4 of the jobs. How many jobs are there? Like,
well, in game now,
24 or something like that, right? Like,
and a half.
That is a lot.
Are we counting blue mage? Yeah. Fallen Plays, thanks for the super. Last campaign idea. Your party is a set of Sailor Scouts versus Tuxedo Silk.
It works.
Well done. Well done. I love that freaking animation. Did you see I pre-tweeted it today?
Really?
Yeah.
I watched it again this morning just for my own
It's so good.
enjoyment.
It's so freaking good. Yeah. Freaking Crystal Ann's work is top-notch. Absolutely top-notch. I think I could probably hack it together with Roll20 if my friends can get their own system to work with Roll20. I should be able to do it. I could see that happening, yeah. I mean, grid paper is pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
and,
you wouldn't.
All these systems tend to have a grid-based
You
system.
really wouldn't need anything too unique. And that's why I thought for sales, the Edge of the Empire was so smart because the custom dice, because people invented custom dice rollers in like Google dice, but it helps sales.
It's not that expensive either, too,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's a really low barrier to entry in that regard.
Exactly.
And it's fun. Like, I like even playing over the internet. The few times I've done it, I usually have real die.
I prefer to.
the room
I
with
don't like rolling on computer.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Damn it. I will say one of the things Baldur's Gate 3 did fantastically. It was one of the most satisfying D20 rolls I've ever seen in a video game.
I agree with that.
Teremy, thank you for the super. Not sure it was mentioned, but there's a Final Fantasy themed Pathfinder setting called FF14 made by fans. It's come up a few times, not really today, but in the past when we've talked about role playing. Actually, I think it's come up before this system was ever even announced. I think it's been brought up in our chat before.
I didn't know there was a Pathfinder one. I know there's a 5th edition one. If
That might be what I'm thinking of.
shoot me a link to it. I'd love to see a Pathfinder version.
Yeah, tag Kyle on Discord.
Yeah. I'd be into that.
And then what's Carrie Ann saying? Come visit on Dynamis if the queue is extreme. We'll keep that in mind.
That is something you can do. I logged out in a bizarre place. Not terribly bizarre. But I went to the far reaches of Heaven's Ward.
I ran to go eat some food last night, so I guess I'm still on the roof of the FC house.
The housing, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it'll give me advantage. I just assume most people wouldn't be in Heaven's Ward. Could help out.
I have no idea. We'll see. I have a feeling
We got some time.
it'll probably be smoother than we think.
Yeah. There'll probably be some congestion Friday, Saturday, but hopefully running smooth by the following week.
Enjoy playing gridless even with maps when it's digital. It's a lot easier. That makes sense, Nitro. I run Edge of the Empire and its generic version with Genesis are my favorite to run. It's the one I have the most experience with. I love the Edge of the Empire system. I really love the idea of like advantage and disadvantage and triumph and despair.
I mean,
It's some good stuff. Like succeeding with a disadvantage is like the most Star Wars thing in the world. It's like you successfully escaped the detention level. However, you are now in the garbage compactor.
exact. Or like failure success where you shot the stormtrooper, but their head falls into the alarm. Like I think the order of those things is such a cool game.
So freaking good. I
And
think that was also a success with a disadvantage, what you just described. But
Paper is my favorite. Like this needs a grid because I think there's gonna be too much going on. There's measurements. A lot of it's really important. But 3rd edition was like someone within 20 feet, and you're like, well, 20 feet, like that's not really even gonna fit. So I really just like doing little circles and doing arrows like this. Here, I'm back here, but so you can just kind of like throw them out, and then you X this guy, and he's dead there, and just like things like this nature, I think go a long way.
Should be.
Well, we cropped it in too, so we made it work. But you know, that's the idea. Like that, this is my favorite way to DM, and I think the more you keep things in players' minds, like this whole thing. Let's say this is a giant lion. Like the fact that it sucks makes it more powerful because if you put a good picture in front of people's faces, they're gonna be like, "Oh wait, why'd you have a good picture and now this is the mini? This sucks. My immersion's broken." Whereas this is always your bad lion, breathing fire. Everyone's always amused.
We had 2 people back to back saying Kyle Madden.
Well, you see this thing here? You see the thing is that Brett Favre could crit a lion.
Your wizard goes in a fireball. You got maximum firepower right there.
Yeah, Brett Favre just adds like a natural 20 to every pass he throws.
Yeah.
Theater of the mind. Good
Rest
stuff.
in peace. Rest in peace, John Madden. I have not heard about the unofficial Control-inspired TTRPG that just dropped. Triangle Agency.
Oh.
I'm into this shit. Agency. There we go. Haunted Table Games. Kickstarter.
Paranormal investigators.
Oh, yeah, this does look very controlled.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm into this. Okay. Oh shit. I like these aesthetics. Oh yeah. Ah, the graphic design.
Yeah.
The graphic design is so good. So let me move this because we're.
It's a D4 system. That's neat.
Let's do this. There it is. Okay. Not sponsored. We're just looking at it, but it's highly visual. Where I started to get very excited was just look at the graphic design.
Yeah, that is nicely laid out.
I love this kind of shit. I love a highly symmetrical, bold sans serif. Like Gotham is one of my favorites.
Good font, that.
Rift is also good for this. Rift is a little like more vertical though.
Oh, look at this dice system. Oh, shit.
Oh shit! This looks cool. This isn't my jam. That aesthetic for a gun is not my thing.
No, yeah.
I'm not a Mars Attacks guy. I do like Mars Attacks, but I don't really like the aesthetics of that design.
It's a little Fallout-y too in its own way. With
Yeah.
the old bulbs.
Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Well, what is happening here? Why do we have a frog? It looks like it's a hand puppet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Well, you're a paranormal investigator, right? So
yeah. Yeah, I'm into this.
possess puppets.
Oh, this is fun. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like this. Good suggestion. I'm going to look into this. Oh, you could have gotten your own Ripple gun. For a lot of money.
Oh, that's something. Doing Kickstarter RPGs, not making them myself. Just not really an interest. I've tried that. But just like investing them is something I want to do someday, like retirement, just go around forgetting what I've kickstarted. And then 7 months later being like, oh, what was this present I ordered myself apparently?
I like that. I like that idea. A frog is always useful. Well, you know. Either of you played Everyone is John? No.
I've heard about
I
that.
have not.
Hmm.
Yeah. I have not heard about that. Demo content on itch. Okay. Interesting. It is the Kickstarters take years to finish that really are the gifts when they arrive.
Exactly. I think that would be delightful, but no, I don't want to amass things for one right now.
I haven't kickstarted a lot of stuff. I know I kickstarted Scott's art book that I have in the other room.
Oh, cute.
I think I've done kickstarted a couple of Scott's projects.
I don't think I've ever been in a Kickstarter.
Shout out to Scott Johnson. Big fan. Good friend. Yeah. The new ad for 14 with Reese Barbie. I'm not sure who that is. So clearly I haven't seen it. Who is this? I am unfamiliar.
No, Google was not
Google
helpful.
is not helpful.
No,
Google doesn't appear to know.
Google
who this
did
is.
not help us with this.
I don't know. Reese Darby, maybe? The comedian? That would make more sense. Oh, Reese Darby from freaking Our Flag Means Death.
Who was he in Flight of the Conchords? That's what I would have watched and participated
I
in.
actually forget.
Oh, he's the manager. Is he the werewolves, not swearwolves guy?
Believe that you are correct on that. Coming back to chat, the manager, Murray.
That sounds fun.
Have you seen Our Flag Means Death?
No.
Oh,
I
dude,
don't know
it
what
is
that-
so
is it about
charming.
pirates?
Yes.
Oh.
It's who's does the Thor movies and created What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes.
That guy.
That guy.
He plays Blackbeard, and Reese Darby plays the actual real historical figure. I forget the name, but was the gentleman pirate. Was a rich dude who just decided, I don't want to own land. I want to become a pirate.
Oh.
Taika Waititi. My God, I could
That
not pull
sounds
Taika Waititi from my
fun.
brain. It's a comedy series. I think they're like 30-minute episodes. I believe it was HBO, so which means it's on that whatever that Max amalgamation.
Whatever it
nightmare
is now, yeah.
Hodor is on the show. He's fantastic. It's a really good cast.
So it was post Game of Thrones then.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I think 2 seasons are out.
Pirate Office rom-com.
Yes, but it's well shot. Wonderful costuming. They have really fun sets. They have multiple ships that it takes place on. There's also a couple port towns they go to. Like it is a proper like swashbuckling comedy adventure.
Okay.
I adore it.
That kind of sounds like it would scratch my Blackadder itch.
Maybe it's a little more quirky and modern than that.
Well, but I mean, kind of like
It's not as British.
not as British humored, driven.
It's much more New Zealand humor. Which
I mean,
you know,
I do like Fly the Conchords would get like awkward, not like Office awkward. It had its awkward moments.
Oh, they
but I still
canceled
really
it?
liked
Shit, they're not doing another one? God damn it. Fire the CEO of Warner Brothers. That man is trash. There goes our Max sponsorship.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, what a shame. Oh, that sucks. I didn't realize it had been officially canceled. What?
Well, now it's over, so that means I have a greater chance of watching it because it's complete, and I won't be left on any hooks.
It's a comedy.
Need the plot.
Oh my God. It is actually. It does have a solid arc, so you know, never mind. That's a shame. I really enjoyed Our Flag Means Death. I didn't realize it was over. Man, eat shit, Warner Brothers CEO. You're the worst. You're just the worst.
Agreed, Garrett.
You should still watch it. It's good. Why are you confused? That's a closing statement.
Yeah. I was, you debate what list it actually goes on, like the real list or the fake list. I think I'd put that on the real list. I like that idea. I do actually like that idea. I do like that idea.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's a cute show.
That sounds fun.
It's cute. It's funny. It's not so wholesome that you want to die. There's still, violence and crude humor.
Some teeth to it.
Yeah, I need a little teeth these days because I play so much Final Fantasy 14 and it is so wholesome. I need, we've been watching the new season of The Boys and it actually triggered me from violence, which it is extremely hard to make me wince from violence.
Wow.
There was an ice skating violence scene.
Oh,
and as you know,
yes.
I almost lost these 2 fingers to an ice skating incident, which is why there are scars on them. And it happened out of nowhere, no warning, sudden extreme ice skating violence. And I actually got nauseous. Yeah. Katie can attest. I went, oh, was the noise I made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But The Boys really scratches my, I need some swearing and violence in my life itch. So yeah. 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 Well, don't worry. You won't see the moment. I mean, you'll kind of see it coming because you're like, oh, there's ice skating, but they linger in that location for a while. And then just suddenly you're just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm going to begin filling up the bag of Dawn Trail holding.
Yeah. Thanks for coming by for this, everybody. And thank you for voting for the TTRPG. This was a Patron's Choice stream. If you're not aware, this is meant to be a thank you, not a promotion for the Patreon. We do this because of our wonderful supporters on a Patreon. And depending on your level, you get access to perks like voting on what we do for our monthly Patron's Choice streams. So, thank you for voting for this because something we've been wanting to do for a while. We weren't sure how much interest there was in it. And it was the clear winner on the vote. So, hell yeah.
Thank you.
I'm glad this was fun. I had a good time. Dude, the second you rolled this out, I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of those streams.
Yes. Oh, hell yeah. You got to go for it.
So, yeah.
Important.
Sometimes we really over-explain to each other what we're going to do for a stream, and other times we leave things to be surprises, and this was a welcome surprise. Also, this mat, can we talk about how this mat is the perfect width for this random piece of shit IKEA table that I've used for this runner?
It's frighteningly accurate.
Yeah. Well, here you go. IKEA has perfectly sized
D&D tables.
Yeah. Now, just so you know, if we sat facing each other, our knees would touch.
Well, and if we, angrily put our warrior fist on the table,
you'd probably break it. It's IKEA.
Yeah. Yeah. So not a good table to role play on.
Yeah. Also, there goes our potential IKEA sponsorship.
Oh, we're being rough today.
Yeah. Yeah. But seriously, thanks everybody. Cozy, hell yeah. That was the only goal. Jonathan Harrison, thanks for the super funny internet moment was when our Flag Means Death fans started watching Black Sails after and got genre culture shocked by the sex and violence. I've only seen 2 episodes of Black Sails, but yeah, it's definitely a Stars show. It is Stars AF. Yeah.
Speaking of which, if you like Cozy,
you should still watch Spartacus, speaking of Star shows.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Yeah, you find extremely muscle-bound men funny, so you will love Spartacus. Also, I have a sinking feeling Kristen wouldn't complain about Spartacus.
Okay. Speaking of Cozy, tomorrow's stream.
What's tomorrow? Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday night.
I have lost track of days.
We're going to be reading the patch notes.
We're going through the patch notes tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going through the patch notes. I plan to have a cocktail or 3.
Wow.
It's with Dawn Trail Waiting Room, man.
Yeah, Dawn Trail
It's
Waiting
time
Room.
to celebrate.
Exactly.
We have completed our run, and we are here for the beginning of a new expansion. I'm celebrating.
We're going to make it lo-fi as possible. Going to chill over a hot, steaming pile of patch notes.
If anyone knows a 14 lo-fi playlist that is chill being part of a stream, let us know.
That'd be awesome.
Link us on Discord, please. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
That'd be absolutely wonderful. Read the patch notes at min-eye level, echo silence. Okay, Fallen Plays. I'll do my best.
Every time. That's how I read.
Yeah. There's a cocktail recipe on the tutorial website.
Yeah, Tortoral.
Link me that. Oh, Tortoral.
Yeah, it's like the website they set up
Oh,
for this.
could someone link me that? Please at me and link me that.
We'll check that out tomorrow, too.
Yeah, I want to see
There's
that.
a whole
Or just
website.
screenshot it if it's
Yeah.
like one of those long.
It's
you know what I'm
probably-
talking about? Like a long website.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, if it's a long website, just send me a screenshot. Oh, God, I'm going to keep hiccuping. Excuse me. Thank you for the heck dies. But we're going to get, hopefully, Kyle home before rush hour and actually have dinner.
Gonna have some dinner with the fam.
We would both, the goal today for both of us was have dinner with our family after yesterday.
Yesterday was so much fun.
So, yeah. Oh, you dropped the website in mod chat? Thanks, Luke. Really appreciate it. But, yeah, we're going to bring it down now. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let us know how the TTRPG goes for you. If you actually play it with some friends in real life, we would like to know that review because you're my only real-life 14 friend I have. We're going to have to fly Jesse out.
We'd have to get some business going.
European friends would be tough. That's a long flight.
That is a long flight.
Maybe
for a tabletop.
we asked Joe Cat to come out of retirement.
Oh yeah, for table. He has done it before. I was gonna.
Yeah,
I was,
Marco.
Joe
Marco
Cat would be
is-
good at table. He's done tons of tabletop content. Of course,
Joe
he's
Cat
good
would
at
be
tabletop.
incredible. Yeah.
Obviously.
Marco is in the continental U.S.
Marco tabletop.
Yeah. We haven't collabed with Zeppela, but Zeppela's in Florida.
Oh man, tabletop. Let us know.
Just saying.
Tabletop. Or do you
Just
like
saying.
tabletop?
Or we could go to Jesse. I'm sure there's a lot of, because what Happy's far away, but at least in California, I believe.
Wow. Big crossover tabletop.
We could just go to LA.
Let us know what you think of the tabletop.
I have an idea. I'm not going to say it here.
Okay.
GG, y'all. Thanks
Bye,
for
everybody.
watching. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for being interactive. We'll see you tomorrow for our patch note stream / Dawn Trail waiting room.
Have a good night.
GG, everybody.